Because I'm worth it.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. It's Saucy time. How are you guys doing?
It's
feels
also
like
St. Patrick's Day. Well, celebration.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
I was going to say there'd be a lot of drunken Irishmen, but that's every day.
I didn't even think about that. I would have made like a St. Patrick's thumbnail. It's been a busy week. I'm like, it totally spaced on me.
Yeah.
Is St. Patrick's Day a thing in America?
Well, wait, is it the 17th?
It's next week, but most people are going to celebrate
Because
this
it's Saturday.
weekend.
Okay, I'm like, wait, did I miss it?
Wait, is
So
this
it's
like a
in 3
national
days.
thing that you celebrate?
Yeah, Americans.
I don't know if we like
at
take
least
days
Americans
off.
do.
Because I could understand
No
like
days
Irish
off.
people celebrating it. Because over here it's just Ireland would do it.
Yeah. Well, there's more Irish people outside of Ireland than in Ireland.
Well, yeah, but what I meant is, I thought it was unusual that non-Irish people in America were celebrating it.
We just want a reason to drink.
Yeah, it's a drinking holiday.
Oh, we're English. We don't need a reason. We just do it all the time.
You just do.
It's just another day if we're drinking.
Before I moved, when I was in Buffalo, there was an area, like there are certain areas that like have a lot of like Irish, and then certain areas that have a lot of Italian, another that has a lot of Puerto Ricans, which is like, that's funny that's like my mixture. Like if you know Buffalo, you know that like makes sense. But when I would go to the area that has a lot of Irish people, the parade was actually like, it was like really good. It was so
You
fun.
have
I used to love.
parades?
Yeah, there's a St. Patrick's Day parade.
Wow,
I don't think
that's
Ireland
intense.
even has parades.
Oh, I'm
They just
sure
get
they
drunk.
Do.
No, I'm pretty sure they just
I
get
ended
drunk.
up
They
the
just
one
parade
year
out of the bar to go to the next bar.
Yeah,
I
they
actually
stagger.
ended up being a part of a parade once because I like walking and I had my drink and I was just like having fun, and then I just started going with them, and they were like, and my friends were like, "Where are you going?" I was like, "Bye, I'm in the parade." And I was just walking with them.
Just got dragged away.
I'm gone now. It's fun, yeah.
Oopsies.
I'll celebrate on the 17th probably. What is that? Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Do you do any consistent streams on Tuesdays? I know you do your gaming.
No, but maybe I'll do
in-
a gaming stream and like drink some beer or something.
Is there a St.
Just in
Patrick's
green.
like game or an Irish game? I wonder.
That would be
I'm
fun.
sure there is. There'll be some kind of leprechaun game.
But-
It's the only thing I know about Ireland. Guineas and leprechauns.
We have parades, but it's just a prelude to getting drunk. Same here, except kind of like, okay, so I had a friend the one year, like we used to celebrate before going, like we would like pregame and stuff. And I remember I didn't eat breakfast or anything. I worked really late the night before. My friend picks me up and she's like, all right, I'm like, can we get like, I don't know, can we go through a drive-through? I need a bagel. I need something. And she's like, oh, we got stuff at the house. And then it was Jello shots. And I was like, I'm going to die today.
Oh, Jello shots are like, they sneak up on you because they don't dispense that alcohol right away.
No, it's like, this is good. Cherry, let me have a couple more. And then you're like,
And yeah, you barely taste. Well, you barely
With
feel like
anything
it's
that doesn't taste of alcohol, that
You're in
always sneaks up
trouble.
on you.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You drink it at the pace of a normal drink, not an alcoholic drink. That's why I wouldn't drink mixed spirits much and stuff, because the taste
like
of the spirit
juice.
reminds you. Slow down.
It's just juice, essentially. So
Yeah. So, did you guys see the supervillain meetup at Paris Fashion Week? I think I put it in the group chat.
I've seen the pictures.
are you
Like,
talking
this
about the red pill meetup? No, I'm kidding.
This is just the standard at the Fashion Week. So I don't know if you ever saw them, but there are a couple of videos of YouTubers. I think he did it twice in a row, where he's like, "Can I get into Fashion Week in Paris?" And he just dressed up in sort of just the most bizarre stuff he can do. And then as he walked up to him, he paid a load of people to start cheering and chasing him down with cameras. And then everyone thought he was a big deal, and they just let him into Paris Fashion Week. And he got into like magazines and stuff.
That's
Like, they thought he was a famous
funny.
model.
I mean,
Wow.
the crazy part is you can do anything. It's like Fashion Week is basically like modern art. You can wear a
Yeah,
curtain.
it's trash.
Art. You can put it on a
And-
trash bag and make it in there. Literally.
Well, I
Yeah.
think he did. I think the guy had like toilet rolls and stuff on him. It was the most weird,
Oh my god.
useless, awful stuff you can have on him.
What is wrong with some people? I don't understand this.
Well, the reason behind it is so like a suit looks good, but that's the problem. Any old idiot can understand like dress in a suit, but it takes a truly refined palette to look awful. And so it
You
is
gotta
literally
really try to look bad.
yeah, it's like only a true fashionista can appreciate looking like ass.
Putting
It's
an
the
extra
same
clothes.
with,
Look at that, it's
um,
Harley Quinn.
This is like some cyberpunk stuff. Like
No,
I
she
think
looks
this
like
would
from
work-
the 100.
Or
Oh,
from
yes, yes,
Prey.
this crazy makeup. Yeah.
Like, what is this?
That is Timu
That's
Harley
Barbie
Quinn.
if she takes her mask off. Once the feminist mask is dropped, that's
Oh my God.
the hidden
I just saw
awful
that and I was
skeleton
like,
underneath.
Like a little black dress and accessorize. That's
It's
it.
not.
Make
it's
a
not
statement
really
with
linked.
that.
It's not really linked to that, but this is the strangest thing I found on the internet this week, and it made me realize that women are a mistake. They really are. I had to remove a
And
picture
he's
from
on
this.
a podcast with two women.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Well,
respect
I
it.
had to remove
He
a,
never
I had to remove
filters
a
himself.
picture from this because I'm like, I don't know if you can show urine on stream, so I
What?
deleted the
Probably not.
picture. But it is literally a cow pissing on her head. She is. I squatted under a cow and let it urinate on my head. It's an ancient tribe spa day, and I went back for seconds. And she is washing her hair as the cow is just going for it.
You know what? I'd rather be flown out to Dubai and have those men do that to me because at least I get paid in some way.
my
The
God.
cow's not going
Wait,
to do
she-
that for you.
She did this for the love of the game. But you know, I have a theory about,
the
oh, it's an
love of the
ancient
game.
tribe spa day. I bet it
Which
isn't.
tribe? Which
Well,
tribe?
I think all of this is nonsense for tourists. They're like, what can we get her to do? Tell her to wash her hair under that cow over there, and they just escalate to see how far
they're
you will go as a
trolling?
lunatic. Yeah,
Wait, where was she? Did they give her a location?
travel influencer, South Sudan, the Mundari tribe.
No, they were effing that cow.
She was the only one in her group brave. This is bravery nowadays.
No,
not riding
it's
into battle
idiotic.
to save your village. And like I say, the picture is very graphic.
Well, thank you for
So,
deleting it. We didn't need to see that.
She definitely did it.
Jay's uploading a 14-hour Resident Evil video. You know what? I'm so proud of you for finishing it and doing a good job. So
You
yeah,
did it 14 hours?
yeah. I guess
You know
he
what?
did.
Okay.
Well,
Yours
he
and
did
I's
it. He
gameplay?
did it in more, but I think he's editing out the extra stuff and just making a video of his gameplay.
Okay.
Yeah, mine was
14 hours. We were 2 minutes apart.
Wow. At
Yeah,
birth,
no,
we're
Chat
twins.
told me, I was like, wait, what? Are
I
we
didn't
the
know
exact
that.
same person?
Aw. We're the same person. We're twins.
Yeah, 2 minutes
So-
faster. I'll hold it over you.
Robert Picardo plays the Doctor in Starfleet Academy. And he's like, I'm so glad I finally discovered a discreet way to carry an extra roll of toilet tissue. And then you scroll down to the picture and you're like, I'm not sure that hat is what you think it is. I mean, I think toilet tissue is definitely involved in the scenario.
It looks like one of those like
looks like a
dots,
penis.
the candy.
Yes, exactly.
Our minds go to like
That's the
totally
only
different
thing.
places. And like it looks like
I
candy.
think someone gave him that hat as a joke and he doesn't know what he looks like.
No, just let it be. I think it's cute that he doesn't know. It's adorable. and
There's no,
funny.
he's like, oh, I can carry toilet roll on this. I'm like, oh, no.
You can carry a lot of stuff in there. You know what? With that hat on, he looks like he belongs in One Piece.
Yeah, that looks like a Tony Chopper hat, actually.
Well, she looks like she belongs in One Piece, because I don't know if you saw this going around about One Piece.
She looks like
Um,
one of the villains, if anything.
Well,
I didn't
exactly.
finish it
but
yet.
the-
So far,
it
I'm
has,
liking it.
Well, it has caused trouble across the internet, One Piece.
Oh my god, I saw the meme thing about Zoro.
Fans are giving Zorro the title Minority Hunter
Oh,
after his
yeah!
live-action opponents were revealed, and it's like, oh.
But that's because they race
they get
swap
for a
everyone,
Yeah, they
though.
race swapped all-
Exactly. That's what
Yeah,
happens.
but they
in
only seem to be
Netflix.
race swapping people he's killed. It's like it's overly specific.
Like, okay, maybe the middle one, I'll give it to them. The hair does look like a fro. He could be like a half, you know.
Well, they
but
just give a white guy the hair. You
Yeah,
don't race swap somebody.
yeah.
Other people have hair.
people don't have that afro hair though.
They could in this world.
That's true.
It's far more likely that a white guy's going to have that hair than he's going to be randomly change color for no reason whatsoever. He's not a chameleon.
Look, he's just been under the sun a really long time. They're all pirates, so he's probably
It's
super
a really
duper
bad
tan.
sunburn. That's all
He's
that
just
happens.
sunburned. They don't have sunscreen here, okay? I've never seen them put that on. Oh my
Yeah, I
gosh.
actually just was talking about this with someone today. They sent me that, and I'm like, not that exact one, but I noticed it. Like, I'm like, are they trying to like secretly be like tell us something, or they just didn't pay attention and
No.
race swap?
Honestly, after seeing some posts about the creator, because he's the one that helped, like he has final say in things. So if he really didn't like something, he wouldn't. Like Vivi, I'm not a hardcore fan of One Piece, but as a normie, as a bandwagoner, I don't see a problem with it. Now, of course, I haven't watched all 1,400 episodes of One Piece, so maybe there is a problem. Maybe there's story-wise a problem, and that I don't know yet.
Well,
So
I see a problem with it
I'm-
because it's just racial discrimination.
Yeah, it's just
Like-
stupid. Like to me, I just have a problem with it. Like because it's like why? Just why? It's unneeded. It's not gonna like ruin her character arc or anything. Because I didn't watch all of One Piece, but right now I have to finish season 2. But like the animation, where I'm at in season 2, and also obviously season 1, I have seen that far. So I have seen Vivi. And when I first saw the girl they showed, I'm like, who is that? And then like once I seen what she started doing, I'm like, oh, that's Vivi. Like they race swapped her. Why? Like.
And
No
when
reason
people-
for it, but it's not gonna like mess up her arc or anything. I don't think.
Well, yeah, apart from the fact that the creators are just racist. I mean, that's my issue with it as a start. You obviously are, because otherwise you wouldn't race swap people.
Honestly, Asian people are probably
yeah,
the most
Robin.
racist people out there.
That though,
There's
the
Robin, they got
Robin.
Robin
But
spot on.
The thing with the creator is like, yeah, he could veto it. Yeah, but he's also getting paid a lot of money for the TV series. And he won't have gone in and go, you know what? When I was colouring in these things, I just decided wrong. They've gone to him and gone, we want to do this as a series. And he's like, well, I'm getting a lot of money. You can do whatever you want. And so, yeah, maybe he could veto it, but he's probably unlikely to. He's getting paid a lot of money. But it won't be him who's deciding for them to get changed, because otherwise he would have just made them that way in the first place. This is an entirely like American thing, because they don't race swap these people to like Turkish. You know, it's always to American demographics. That's why you know that it's not his idea where it came from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I always wondered whenever, besides like very specific animes, it's so hard when it's drawn. You don't know if a person is Asian or white.
Yes.
It is.
Although I have heard that in
Yeah,
anime, the Japanese have a way of drawing white characters which is different than Japanese characters.
Like Attack on Titan, you knew those were like white characters in it. There was a Nordic one as well. I forgot the name of it. But like there's certain animes, like for this one example, I wouldn't have known if Luffy was white, Mexican, Asian. Like there's so many Asians that could be dark or white. And the same thing with the Mexicans and white people. Like it's just like, how do you? Anyways, this is like shower thoughts.
He's just listening. Like
the one thing we can be sure about is they weren't African. That is the main problem. Is that they would be a bit more obvious when it comes to the anime.
Yes,
I love when they have like they depict blondes and they make their eyelashes like thick and blonde. You know what I mean? Like when they have that aesthetic for white people in anime. I can't think of an example, but it always sticks out to me when I'm like they're talking and they do like a dramatic close up and I'm just staring at their eyelashes. Oh,
in
blonde.
reality, blondes with their eyelashes, you don't even see them because they're so
Yeah, that's
pale.
what I mean. So they make it like
Yeah, stealth eyebrows.
yeah.
Yeah, like Jeremy, I would love, if he would ever let me, I would love to do a semi-permanent dye on his eyebrow hair just to see what it would look like if he had color.
So this is
It would probably look so funny.
I know, it'd be so strange.
this is Code Geass, and they had the Britannian Empire, so you know he was white. But they do look. I can't zoom in.
No, you can't.
Oh no! Oh no! What happened? We've lost
I don't
it.
know. It's probably not too many
Yeah.
things.
I mean, even the hair just looks so like English British.
like a
Image in the new
judge,
tab.
like a
No,
old
there we
British
go.
judge.
He looks
Yeah,
like he has
so-
rollers.
Obviously, their anime characters were the same thing with all the spiky hair and like the more angular faces and stuff. And then you had the white guy, and they do have an entirely different style for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, but to add to your woman hate, Disparu is now the leader of the He-Man Woman Haters Club. Was it the She-Man Woman Haters Club? I forgot what it is from Little Rascals.
I'm just saying they were a mistake because it turns out what they do with freedom is wash their hair in cow urine. And I'm like, I think that's justified.
Hey, she doesn't speak for all of us, okay? I would never.
I would never. That's
Horses
disgusting.
exclusively on this trip.
So Uber gives you a little discount if you want to risk your life with a female driver.
Mm-hmm. This is
I
I'd
have
rather
that
bound to
option here
happen.
too. Like, why would I pick a woman driver?
You know
And
what? It depends on which one gets here faster. It's depending on the situation.
Yeah, I don't
Well, that's
pick,
also
like,
the
it's
man.
whatever, but
Like she's 2 minutes, he's 1 minute.
Yeah, I remember when they said they were going to implement this, and all I could think was like, I don't know if this is a good idea. Like, if people actually wanted to be a predator, they can just like
Mhm.
pretend they're a woman on the app and then try to get picked up.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, you get them to drive to this weird, secluded location in the middle of nowhere. It's a horrible idea in every way, shape, and form. But it seems a lot of people realized it as well. Because I imagine this comes down to like surge pricing and demand. And so
Yeah.
just people aren't selecting it as an option, so it gets cheaper.
And that's the other thing is maybe they're trying to market it as like, okay, right now we're trying to promote this, so maybe it is at a lower rate. Who knows? I mean, Uber used to be a lot cheaper than it is now when it started out in my neighborhood, and now it's like almost double.
That
It
is
is real. It is real. It's only in certain
I'm
cities
gonna
though.
look and
I
see
know
if they have it here.
some Californian cities, New York. I forgot. I think there's one in Texas, I believe. So I think there were 6 cities in total globally.
Yeah, it rolled out because it went around again because they just expanded the program to other areas. Or they'd made it so that it goes both ways or something. There was some way they'd expanded the program from when we first spoke about it.
So
But yeah, if more people... The thing is, it is a case of you wouldn't need to promote this. It would just be an option. And if it was something that loads of women wanted, they wouldn't need to promote it. They would just naturally select, oh, women drivers, okay.
Yeah. If this was implemented at the height of feminism, let's say 2019, 20 to 2021, I think it would have been probably a very popular choice. But I almost think it's too little too late, Uber. Good try.
well, I'm looking for me. They have women drivers like selection under economy, and then there's like comfort, priority, Uber XXL.
If you want
pet, blah,
luxury,
blah.
you get a man to drive you.
But listen, the cheapest of every single one of those options is women. Like the place I
See?
picked is kind of far, but
Seriously?
it's almost $10 cheaper. Even the pet one is more
$10?
expensive. The one that you put your
Here,
pet
let
in.
me see if I
Almost
have
10,
that
yeah.
option here.
Like, okay, I picked somewhere kind of far, right? So it says, for example, the women driver is 63 and comfort is 71. Priority is 68.
This is the wage gap in action. We already had it the other week when it was International Women's Day, and they said it on the same day the clocks went back, so they only had 23 hours.
Right.
That was incredibly based.
Oh.
We've now got wage gaps in time.
Raider,
I don't
thank you
have
for the
women driver option. Thanks, Toronto, for staying based.
and the one thing. No, I'm kidding.
Wait, what's
Raider,
this?
thanks.
Trudeau just thinks everyone in this country is a woman.
Trudeau's too busy like porking like Katy Perry, okay?
Well,
Raider for
Stephen Perry.
54.77. I volunteer as tribute next week to ride with X-Ray as she drives in Orlando.
I'm
I've
not
driven with
driving.
X-Ray.
If
Yeah.
if you want, I will.
she can't get insured for that. Can you
Oh my
imagine?
god! If you're driving down there, Raider, I will drive your car and pretend to Uber for you. I do need to do one errand where I'm gonna have to Uber, so that would make it easier.
She'll borrow your car and you can come along for the errand.
Yeah.
Let me get a.
Did the car goes down the road and you just hear screaming as it goes past?
And that's
Me
Raider?
screaming or Raider?
Probably Raider.
No, Raider screaming. Like very quickly regrets the decision.
Honestly, I always love how like everyone judges my driving. Wait till you get in my car. You'll know the need for speed. I'm gonna play Tokyo Drift. Tokyo. Anyways, and I'll yeah. Anyways,
You're not really
Actually,
breaking the
you were in
stereotype
my
with this
car once.
description.
weren't you in my? Oh no, I think Jeremy was driving that time. Do you remember this?
Oh, we talked about in Vegas. Like, I
No,
don't
this
know.
was in Florida.
Oh,
I remember we were driving. You were very drunk.
Oh.
And I think
he's
we
like,
got-
I don't remember then.
I was thinking I didn't remember, but that would explain it.
I just remember because I was worried about you being in the car with so many people for space wise. And then I was like, it worked out. Yes, awesome. But I don't think I was the one driving.
Oh no, I
because
do
was
remember.
drunk.
No, I think I do remember. Yeah, because the thing about it's a lot easier in American cars because they're just wider. Whereas over here, if loads of people are in the car, you are literally like pinned next to each other. Whereas you have some more space in the doors and things.
Yep.
So I didn't have as much of an
But
issue
it
over
wasn't
there.
me driving.
I can't remember the driving. I've only just remembered that journey at all, and it's only because you're on about like my arms and stuff. That's the bit I remember.
Yeah,
because I
they're
remember being
long.
surprised that I was okay, fully expected to not be.
Because I was
He has
just
long
like,
arms,
we
ask
might
Jay.
have to pause. We might have to pause because and I
No,
also
it's
still
not that
have-
I've got long arms. I've got short arms, but I have nerve stuff. So if like someone pins my arm to the side, I will be on the floor in agony in minutes. So
Yeah,
Okay.
I can't be
Yeah.
like pinned at any point.
I have a picture of Disprue still in my car
Stealing it? Oh, still in it?
from the needle, the needle ride. Shoot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Okay.
Yeah,
I still have to return that.
I didn't know
to-
you still had that.
It was left in my car. That's why. I'll bring it this time. 1 year later.
So if I keep it there, I'll remember eventually.
Exactly. Oh, anyways, sorry about that. Reminiscing about MegaCon. So excited.
Okay.
but
Let's go ahead.
Anyways.
Let's get a couple of supers. Psychotic Mongoose, thank you for the £2 for the butt tax. Thank you.
Whose butt?
Apparently, I say butt weird. Thank you, Jay, for that, because now I get those super chats all the time because he's like, listen to how she says butt. And so the chat always
I
super
don't really
chats for me to
notice
say
it.
butt because I don't say it weird.
Maybe it's
I
like-
don't think you
it
say it
sounds
weird. I'm trying to
Canadian.
work out what the weird thing is.
butt.
I need to hear Jay say butt so I can compare the two butts.
We send him a link just to come on and say butt.
Yeah, I need both of you to say butt at the same time.
But.
Is it going to turn
what
out he
in
says
the
it
butt?
really weird, but it's one of those moments where you've done something your entire life and you just assume everyone else does it the same way, and you suddenly find out, oh,
Maybe.
this isn't normal.
And Donna Hall gifted a membership. Thank you so much, Donna. Mike Noss for 5. My issue with RE2 is Claire and Leon runs all day out of the same, or runs all play out the same. So I like that RE9, what Grace does affects Leon's playthrough and vice versa. Yeah, I did like a mini review of something I never have usually do, like with a short, just to throw it out there. I liked it a lot. I gave it 10 out of 10. I know people had their issues with it, but I feel like everything, like someone's gonna have an issue with, right? Like they put Leon and someone else wanted Chris or maybe Ada or Claire or Jill, so someone's always gonna have a problem with like that. But I gave it 10 out of 10 purely because I just had such a good time with it. The story was fine, the graphics were magnificent, the fan service was just fantastic. Like I almost teared up when I walked through the Raccoon City Police Department with Leon because I love Resident Evil 2 is my favorite
I need
game,
to
and they
say
did
that,
such
I
a good
think.
that you do. They did such a good job.
Do we have a
I'm-
different definition of fan service?
maybe
Because in anime, fan service basically means
like maybe.
skimpy outfits on the characters
I
and
think you
zooming
got
in
it
on their
then.
arse and stuff.
No, I just mean fan service. Like
I mean, they did Leon fan service, to be fair.
But yeah,
fair. But no, the way they respected the legacy, and they showed flashbacks of Resident Evil 2. So like major fans of the game, like me, of the whole franchise, they did a good job handling the characters. So it got a 10 for
So
me strictly because of
This
that.
this is kind of the fan service that would mean in anime. Could I be living in a simulation? Zooms out, zooms out, zooms out. This is the most accurate simulation of poop physics I've ever seen.
Okay, no.
Amazing.
It's like Men in Black,
amazing.
but in the simulation.
Amazing.
Ken, thank you for the 2 evening stunning ladies and handsome disparoo. And Darren, thank you for being a member for 8 months. So MegaCon, who's going? Who will all be at the meetup? Am I getting pics with you all or no? I think quite a few people will be like floating around.
Yes.
Oh, there.
I will say I will be at MegaCon on Thursday for sure and Saturday. I also believe that I will be there Friday evening at the Universal thing that MegaCon's doing.
Is that the late night thing?
Yes.
The
yes.
after hours? Yeah, I got that.
So we're going to be doing that after FNT. Also, there's Chrissy's comedy thing. So if we have time, we'll go to the comedy bar as well. Because that'll be nice to go after, Universal's closed. And then the meetup, I will be there. I know Disbrew will be there. So we haven't confirmed yet when we're doing Saucy, but I believe we're doing it earlier. I don't know the time.
Stay tuned. Saucy will still be happening next week. Just
yes.
pay attention to Discord and Twitter
Just
and everything.
The stream link as well.
And that, like, we'll let you know as soon as we know. Tony Rodriguez for 50. What is that? What is MX?
Mexican.
Is Mexican? I was going to say that, but I'm like
50 Mexicans.
Yeah, that's a lot of
They're going to get
Mexicans.
shipped to you in a truck.
Disparu, did you watch One Piece? And FNT, you didn't talk much when they touched the subject, but if you watched it, did you like it? I didn't finish it yet, so no spoilers, please. Even though it's covering the anime that I watched most of, so but I don't know if they changed anything.
The reason why I didn't talk much is because I was in exactly the same position as Ryan, and I had the same opinion as him, and so it would have just been repeating the same things he was saying, and it was apparently everyone already knew his opinion, and so he just became that point of view. It was very little to add to it, kind of thing.
We should have added you to that.
Well, it was really weird when somebody is already like. There was no kind, because I like when we do a thing where you go around and people give their thoughts on something, whereas this, it was like everyone already knew each other's opinions, so there didn't really seem to be much point talking about it, because it was like there was already set positions already decided for everybody.
Yeah.
So mine was literally just like a reflection. I hadn't seen season 1. I watched the first 2, and it was way too cheesy for me. It is
so cheesy, but I think that's why it works in this world for that.
Well, this is the thing. I don't think it does work in live action. Now, I fully understand if you like apparently, if you like the anime, you don't like the live action. But I can understand that something going from anime to live action looks cheesy. But as I don't know the anime, and this doesn't seem like the kind of anime that I would like anyway, because it is so cheesy, although maybe it works in animation, I don't think it works in live action. Now, Yu Yu Hakusho, they do anime fights and it's not cheesy. And I would have preferred this if it was toned down, like, a lot.
Like,
and Luffy is the most annoying character I've ever met in my life, and I wanted to cave his head in with a spade.
You watched, what, 3 episodes or 2?
2.
2, okay. Because I loved all of Zoro's fights. They were amazing for me. But I just... Because I haven't watched the anime, but I do like anime. Like even Frieren with the over-the-top stuff. Are you guys caught up with Frieren?
Yes.
I've not seen it, but...
There's this one section recently where the girl loves petting small girls. And it's hilarious when she's petting her. She's like, I just love it. And like, can I hug you? And I'm just like, oh, that's adorable. But in real life, if someone were to do that, I'd be like, that's creepy. That's creepy AF. Like, get away from me.
I think I just like... I want more from an anime. So if you want fight scenes, then you've got Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, which I think is basically perfect anime. I think it's amazing.
Oh my god, the fight scenes on those are so insane.
Yeah, but it also hits emotional beats, it hits a story, it hits character development, along with action and everything else. And then if you want other stuff like this kind of story, then I would much rather go for something like Psycho-Pass, where there is also fights, but in the middle there's like philosophical discussion about different topics, about what it means to be human and free will, and can you even have free will in a world where they remove where you're prejudged without even doing any actions and stuff. And in this it's like, oh look, there's a whale and I really like my friends. I'm like, that's just not enough for me. I didn't have any of the, because the thing was, I remember Gary when someone said that episode 3 is better. And I'm like, it doesn't that mean it's a bad series though? If you need to get to episode 3 before it gets good, and then Gary's like, no, I really enjoyed the first 2.
I enjoyed the first 2 too. So
yeah,
I think
to me, it was really basic combined with being cheesy, and
but that's how I felt about Freyrin too. Like I didn't like Freyrin up till like 3 or 4. You needed
but that's different.
World.
That's different when the episodes are 20 minutes. These are hour-long episodes. I watched it for 2 hours. That's the whole movie. It should have hit something by now.
So, maybe I'm an person to.
It was acting, without spoilers, but it was acting as if the whale storyline was some big emotional thing.
It was in the anime, but one thing I will say is they did a good job. I love both seasons. I'm not finished with 2 yet, but I haven't finished the anime because there's a lot of episodes, but I think there's
like 1,100 or something.
That's what I mean. So I watched it. There is a website that you can go to where it cuts out all the filler, and there's like times where 20 episodes could be skipped, like just so you can follow the main story and get none of the filler, and that's what I did. And the whale story definitely hit differently in the anime. I still liked it in the live action, but it was more emotional in the anime the way that they did it. I have to finish, so I'm a little behind. But yeah, I like it. I can see why it's not everyone's cup of tea, because that's something that when they first announced live action for season 1, I'm like, I get it. Like some animes go over well live action, but this has so many goofy characters with all these silly looks, and I'm like, is it gonna work? Like Buggy the Clown, that was one of I actually really like him in the live action, and I was like worried, like how is that gonna look from animation? Because like there's a lot of the shark guy from season 1, and it worked, but they did better than I expected, I'll say. But if you're not into that type of anime, then it's just not gonna be for you.
Yeah, because it's like, I think Hunter x Hunter would probably be a bit wacky if it was put into live action as well. But the storyline is, well, the Ant arc and stuff in Hunter x Hunter is so much better than the 2 episodes I've seen in this. Now, Hunter x Hunter also has entire seasons of just nothing. Entire arcs of just crap.
Oh, like filler.
Well, yeah, I think it goes like good arc, bad arc, good arc, bad arc all the way through, but the last arc is basically perfect. And I don't know, as I was watching it, I just kept thinking there are better animes that I've watched that would deserve an adaptation before this.
But this has such a big cult following. Yeah, but
exactly.
I can see why they did this, because big cult following. I'm nervous that they're gonna be this. Isn't there like a reboot or remake happening with the animation? Like they're redoing it, and I'm like,
oh, I haven't heard about that.
I heard something about that. Chat, correct me if I'm wrong. And I'm not skipping supers, guys, but Magnum Norris says Disparu season 2 episode 3 fight scene. Thank you for the 5. I need to watch it. That's actually the next episode I'm watching, and I've seen little clips and I've heard a lot about it. I can't wait to watch it.
I just, for me, out of an hour-long episode, one fight scene, which, goes on for like 2 minutes or something, doubt it goes on for much longer than that, it's just not enough. Like 58 minutes to get to a fight scene. And like I say, if I want fight scenes, season 2 of Jujutsu Kaisen is just, it's all that, with character drama and everything else. I don't know. Everyone else loves it. I'm clearly on the way out. It's clearly a personal taste thing.
Yeah.
It's just when you've got like Kogami on Psycho Pass, just giving way more depth. We got Code Geass. I don't know. I need more kind of depth than these are my friends.
And I think the beats of this is you have the most positive of positive people. So if that's not something that you're into, because I know like even Naruto, which I love Naruto, like, but I know a lot of people hate him.
That's actually a good point, because the British are like reserved. And Americans are like hyped and happy and everything's amazing. So to me, it comes across as like almost fake behavior. Yeah. Whereas to American, it's like, no, we're all like this. We're always like hyping each up and everything. Whereas I'm like, this is too much. Like,
yeah, and I can see how that's
Luffy
like,
just screams at people all the time.
And honestly, in real life, I probably would hate a person like that. But I also probably in real life would probably hate a person like Zoro, unless I got to know both of them.
Who's
over
your
a longer
favorite?
period of time.
X-Ray, which one's your favorite? Zoro?
Chopper, obviously.
Chopper?
You guys don't know him yet. It's the bear
I loved him in the
creature.
anime. I'm so glad that I can't wait to catch up, because I'm so glad that they have Katie Seagal, because Jamie Lee Curtis wanted the job, and I was like, and I think Katie Seagal was. I haven't seen it yet, but just look wise, and I know she's a good actress, so I have faith.
I mean,
I'm almost there though. I'm
look-wise,
gonna binge tomorrow.
I want to watch the anime now just to have that perception, but
I'll
I
find
know
the
people
website
said
for you.
it's just not as good. No, I want to watch the filler and all. Like
You do?
to
I don't.
get
I'm
the
like, that's too
natural.
much. I'm like, it's too much for me.
I have time. You know, I just finished.
Yeah, he's a reindeer.
I'm like,
he's a cute
Oh.
little bear.
I have, I think, 5 more episodes of My Hero Academia, and that took me 3 months, 4
Oh, I've
months.
started that.
I
my
started that a
where-
while ago, and I don't dislike it, but I think it's when I moved, so it's been a couple years since I watched it. Like, I was still in Buffalo, I started it, and I really liked it, and then I moved and didn't pick it back up when I moved.
I've just got past where he was training with, like the old guy where they got Hero Killer.
Oh, the young one, not the young, the short guy, right?
Yeah, he's just kind of began to learn his powers and control them a bit at this point.
Yeah, no, he is I like it, that character, and I mean everyone.
The fight against Hero Killer was great because
I never thought I would
teamwork
like
working together.
Bakugo. I honestly thought I would hate him.
I can't remember their names. I would probably remember
the
their
bomb
powers
guy.
more than
His sweat is used as bombs.
Oh yeah, because he's designed to be insufferable and arrogant all the way through. Isn't he?
Yes, but just like I said about Zoro, if I spent enough time with him, I know I'd like him. But at the beginning, I was like, ugh, yuck.
He's one of those characters where he's designed to be annoying, but it does keep reaffirming to you that he's not being an arsehole for being an arsehole's sake. He just has like a goal he wants to meet and doesn't particularly care about anything but the goal.
And
he's not like
the morals are
malicious.
strong. Yeah.
Yes. Like he will help you and stuff. He's just determined to be the best. And so he will see you as beneath him. But you could, if he's determined to be the best, you could kind of understand that because he is meant to be at the top.
Yeah. And they tend to have you have to be type A personality to be at the top hero or whatever, the best pirate or whatever.
People are always like, isn't there more like gender diversity among CEOs? It's like, well, CEOs do nothing but work. And so you need to be quite a weird person. You need to be the person where you get put in a forest and you just start cutting trees for no reason whatsoever. Like, work is your entire life, and most people aren't cut out for that. And because men are more variable, it's nearly always going to be men, which are the really weirdos at the fringe of society, which are more than happy to spend their entire life working.
It's true. Okay, let me get a couple of the supers. Radar, thank you for the 5555. Looks like a new DVD killers. They do. And you know what? Speaking of that, that's actually
the fashion thing, right?
The fashion week. Yeah. Thank you for the little segue there, Raider. This here is a new game coming up. Yeah. Did you see it? The medieval one?
Yes.
The Blight Survival.
It looks cool. Well, it looks like
okay, that has been
like a
on
cool
my
idea.
wait list for 3 years.
Wow.
So
okay. You didn't know that it was the DVD people? That it was the makers of Dead by Daylight?
No,
I didn't know till this tweet. Did you post this tweet in the group chat? Because that's probably where I saw it if you did.
No, but I've been waiting for
know.
this because I wanted to play this on Sunday Funday so bad.
Aww.
And it just hasn't come out yet. And there's never been a day that it's come out. And I'm really upset by this.
I'll play it with you. I'll play it with you when it comes out.
Thank you.
These devs are making a PvE.
We do Saucy Survival.
Oh my
So-
gosh.
Okay, I'm ready to
This
sell my
dude's gonna be
body
yelling
to
at
live.
He's going to be yelling at us the whole
No,
time.
I'll be the last one alive. You're like, I'm just a zombie.
Yeah, probably. That checks out. So these devs are making a PvE action horror set in a medieval age where you and your friends must face monsters and men in a tense battle for survival. 1 to 4 player co-op, diverse range of weapons and armor, published by the makers of Dead by Daylight. So I don't have sound on. We'll just take a look at the gameplay and talk about it. But yeah, I feel
Do you
like
want me to? Do you want to share that with me, and then I'll? Ooh, I haven't seen this video though. Just keep playing. It's fine.
Yeah, no, I just like the sound is fine. It's not like music or anything, but we can just talk over it. It's just,
Like the
sound
graphics
effects.
have actually gotten significantly better from the last trailer that I watched, which I'm pulling up my Steam wish list. I put this on here April 6th, 2023.
Wow.
And even the trailer back then, I remember there was no gameplay. It was just all like cinematic. It was amazing. And now that we're seeing this, it looks so freaking cool. And it's surprising that they've not done something like this zombies set in another time. Like at this point, they might as well do like the Roman Empire. Trying to think other historical times that would be cool. Maybe in the Egyptian times.
Oh, that
my
would be
God.
cool.
I think one of the main issues is in medieval times, zombies are actually easier because they can't bite through plate mail.
Exactly. But you do have a health bar there, so I don't know.
Yeah, they would have to do something like they have sharp claws or something that can scratch through the metal. They could come up with a lore reason for it.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember the zombies, like even in Resident Evil, any game, like when they come look with the full armor, like they're one of those like bomb squad peoples.
Oh, like in 9 when they that was intense. They had
they're so much
machine guns and everything. I'm like, excuse me.
They're so much more difficult to beat. So imagine like this knight became a zombie. It would be so hard to kill them.
Yeah.
Well, this was one of the problems with like The Walking Dead when they started to just put on like bicycle protection and like, oh yeah, that would actually stop someone from biting you. And then you realize like zombies actually aren't that. It's always the horde of zombies which are dangerous, not the single zombie, because they would just overwhelm you and crush you or you couldn't move or something, whereas that doesn't make a good game. And so they have to make singular zombies powerful.
I think this would be a lot of fun.
It looks like good gameplay though.
Yeah.
I don't like the idea of a zombie survival thing where you have to be stealthy. Like,
I think
I'm wondering why right here. Like, if you're trying to sneak by like a horde to get, okay, I guess they're that's
not zombies though. That's like humans.
Oh yeah, it did say that in the caption that it's also human. So what did it say?
Oh, because I always thought you were sneaking past zombies.
Oh yeah, monsters and men. So
a bit of both.
So what is it? Do you have to get from one side of the map to another, or
I don't know.
Like what's not said?
I can read you what it says on Steam. How about that?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's the same thing as you read earlier. Never mind.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so it's just.
Okay, here we go. Here's another expanded. The game takes place in the no man's land between two desperate kingdoms in a ceaseless war. Within this purgatory, a new strain of blight has erupted from remains of the fallen. Fed and strengthened by the blood that has been spilled, it rapidly spreads, turning man into monster. As the people bleed, paralyzed by war, they have turned to you, your kin, the Writhens, being the only ones willing. You've been tasked to venture forth and eradicate all the consumed blight. So
bow and arrow.
You explore the action horror games with a mix of deep visceral combat with mechanics inspired from roguelites and extraction games, offering a unique and thrilling gameplay experience. Fight with up to 3 friends against humans and monsters in co-op. Put your decision-making skills to the test. Will you go back and secure your spoils or risk it all and push forward? How far are you willing to go? Immerse yourself in engaging directional combat system that is accessible to newcomers but offers a high skill ceiling for more seasoned players. Diverse weapons, armors, talents, and customize them best for your playstyle. And explore a beautifully decaying medieval world filled with secrets and hidden treasures waiting to be discovered. So it sounds like there's going to be different streams you can go down.
Okay.
Yeah, because it doesn't. None of that described like what the game loop is. So,
like what the goal.
Are you starting at point A
style.
and trying to get to point B and survive, or is it an open map where you have to discover things
with spoils of war? I don't know. It sounds
like, is there an objective that you've got to fight to and defeat? Like,
I have a feeling it's going to be similar to Warhammer, like Vermintide, where there's different maps. I don't know if there's going to be procedural maps or set maps. I kind of hope there's procedural because I think a world like Helldivers mixed with this storyline would be cool.
Yeah, that would be very cool. I'm going to put this on my wish list. I feel like I saw gameplay of this a while ago and then just kind of forgot about it.
Like I said, 2023, I think QBG is the one that mentioned it to me, and I'm like, I'm upset this hasn't come out yet.
I've always been amazed.
Or something.
I've always been amazed that Dead by Daylight has been the hit it has. Because when you think about it, it's an incredibly simple game. Mm-hmm. You walk in, you do some generators, you try and escape, and one guy follows you around. Mm-hmm. That should get boring incredibly fast. And
I get bored with it.
On and on and on, and people
like,
keep going
back
to it.
People love it.
Yeah. because they keep like releasing new characters and stuff, and they keep it fresh. There's a new map.
Yeah, but they haven't added new modes or changed the gameplay
Which
loop or
they
anything.
should,
It's always
because you know what? They had this mode that I loved that was called Lights Out, and you didn't bring any perks or anything in, and it was like pitch black, so it was kind of like for real
Whoa.
scary, like hide and seek.
No, thank you.
I won every round because the killer didn't have like OP like perks or anything. So it was literally just based on your skill.
we just
of the
found
game.
out why you loved the mode. Then it was like I won every round. It was amazing.
it was just like I guess pure skill of the game without needing extra. It was just fun though. It was intense and it was scary. There was one moment where I'm like, because you can't see, right? And I'm walking through because you could have a lantern, but you don't want to have it on because the killer is going to see you. So I was kind of just walking through in the dark, and then Michael Myers just comes like out of the shadows, and I was like, ah! It was fun. My skin scared the crap out of me.
That's fun.
So it was fun, and they would do it. That they've done that mode a couple of times, but they only keep it up for like a week or two. And like, you should make that a permanent mode. Like, does it really hurt you to have another mode for people to play?
Yeah, games like that are scared that they will split the player base between multiple queues, and that slows down matchmaking and stuff.
Okay, well that makes sense then. So, anyways, let me catch up on supers. Like, but anyways, Raider got us off on a Dead by Daylight Blight Survival thing.
No, that's amazing.
That's
though.
great. Yeah,
love that game. Love that game.
Monkey Hate Clean for 5. What do you call a cow that can't produce milk? A milk dud.
Doesn't really translate over here because I'm not sure what a milk dud is.
It's a candy.
Candy.
Yeah, I even have to translate that. You mean a sweet?
Yeah,
Oh my
like
God.
a
Sweet.
it's like a little chocolate candy. It's like this big.
It's very chewy. I don't like them.
Very chewy. Yeah, no, it's not really my thing. It's like a chewy chocolate.
Chewy. Ugh.
It
When
gets
you've
your
got
teeth.
chocolate, then you've got chewy, and chewy and chocolate shouldn't go together.
Oh my God. I saw a video, and I don't know why this mom thought this. Instead of giving kids candy, she would put it in water and then let the kids drink the water, which I think is actually significantly worse for teeth because the water can get
It coats it too. Like it coats it more, like all over every
Yes,
little
it
crevice.
gets in more
My main question is
crevices than
why?
candy. I don't know. But she is.
Why are you giving them sugar water rather than just
the sugar?
Sweets
Water.
in
Just let
Well,
them have
so
the
the
candy
sweets,
bar,
like-
Mom.
When you go to so much effort. Like I thought you were going to say something like she opened the sweets out and replaced it with healthy things or something.
No, that
They
would be
still get
better.
all of the sugar just in water
Just in
form.
water
It's
form.
even weirder.
And also, I don't know.
is-
Oh no, I don't know if Distru knows what dud means. It's like means it didn't
No.
work. Oh, like
Oh yeah, I
actual
know. I
dud-
know what a dud is in like
okay.
a grenade.
bomb.
Gotcha.
But
Okay.
a milk dud, I didn't
I'm like,
know
is that an
the-
American word? I don't know.
No, something being a dud, it's like broken or not gone off, especially with ammunition. Yeah, we have that.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? I don't know.
I don't understand how you could have like broken milk though. Broken milk turns into chewy chocolate.
the
Doesn't make sense at
udders.
all.
The udders.
That's utterly disgusting.
Poor monkey. Either I butcher his joke or someone doesn't get it.
No. Just Disbrew didn't get it this time.
Well, I
know,
didn't even
but
know
mean-
I didn't know what a milk dud was. So I was even confused by the item, let alone the joke. The joke, I can't even remember what the joke was. I was so confused by what a milk dud was.
Dan Fishes for 5. I got my I think you mean Booty Scooty Robin. Oh, we showed that last week
Boot
from Amazon
Scooty.
earlier this week. It's gone up almost $10 since last weekend. Oh, we promoted the bad child toy and now it went up $10. The twerking Robin.
Oh,
from,
yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah. Andrew, thank you for the 2.
We should have put up like an affiliate link.
Yeah, right. Do trans women count for this Uber scheme? Yeah, that's a fair point. You just brought
What
that
is
up.
a
Like,
woman?
I would imagine it would go off their driver's license.
that's what I mean. So if your driver's license says female and you're
Well,
yeah.
I saw something which said, was it the Supreme Court or something, has overturned it, and now they have to reinstate all the original driver's licenses. So
Wait,
I think
wait,
it
in
would
which
change.
country to specify?
I'm pretty sure there was. I'm sure I saw something about America. Something had happened in the courts where they had to reinstate the original driver's licenses.
Oh,
That was like maybe 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, or something. I can't remember exactly what it was. And
God.
I don't know whether it's all of America or just like a certain area.
I was watching like a couple of videos, and there was two I watched. One I remember was Blair White about a bunch of the detransitioners. I feel
Oh,
so
yeah.
bad
Mhm.
for them.
Especially with
Oh my
kids, like,
god.
if
There was
you
someone won a court case.
21 to drink, you should be 21 to decide that you wanna change
Or
your
at least
gender.
18.
No,
Not
no,
on
no.
anything, like
Drugs
I'm
and
against that.
surgery.
There are some things which are so bad and awful you should not be able to consent to them. You should just
well,
be
no,
stopped.
you should not be able to do it. I agree with that, but I'm saying if they're gonna allow you to do
Especially
it,
underage.
not letting
Well,
letting
just
a
not at
12-year-old
all.
do that, because how many kids like aren't gonna get like hit puberty because of it? Like that's so
No, the
Like
one
if I
the-
if I went
Mike.
into a doctor's and said I don't think I should see, the doctor would not give me an operation to remove my eyes. Like
Yeah.
there are some things that you cannot consent to.
yeah. Yeah, no,
I think
I agree
harming
with you on
yourself should
that.
be one of them.
I agree with you on that. I'm just saying it's wild to me that they're allowed to
Yeah.
happen to kids.
The-
That's even more crazy to me that they're doing it to children.
The one
It should
thing
be
in Blair
child
White's
abuse.
video that like drew me like well I had a feeling about this, but like she had confirmed female to male transitioner, when they take the drugs, like the hormones, they almost ruin their chance to even get pregnant in the future because of that.
Yeah, yeah.
And their
Well,
voice
the-
never goes
So sad.
back to normal. They have a deep voice
It's
from just
The same with
whatever.
the blockers. They do the same thing.
Yeah.
Which it like
It's actually what the chemical is for. That's what it was
kid
designed
can't
for. That's what it's
drink.
used for.
a kid can't get a tattoo, but you can take these drugs and change your life forever.
That's
I'd
what I
rather
mean.
a kid drink at that rate.
Rather than drink, go
I
get a
just find
tattoo
it-
at 10, whatever. Like that's
The thing I've never understood is if I went into a doctor's and said I feel like a woman, why wouldn't they give me testosterone? Like, why would they give me estrogen rather than testosterone?
yeah.
That doesn't make any sense to me. It's never made any sense.
They should
And
not
I've
give you any hormones for the that matter.
I've long had a rule where if something doesn't make any sense and you're clever enough to understand all the information, someone is lying to you. Like there's just a very weird decision, especially when everything tends to lead one way, and then you've got the
Yeah.
whole idea that you have like one of the main groups for it is like autistic women. It's like, well, those are the really people that you want to be trusting their opinion. Yeah, it's one of the main groups that transitions.
And it doesn't help that, there's these parents. This is probably not as much as we think, but we still see some of it. Parents that want like clout and they want to get famous on the internet. So like they have a little girl who's a tomboy, but she just likes to wear jerseys and jeans. So they're like, you want to be a
We've eradicated
boy.
the tomboy. They don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
I technically,
and-
when I was younger, I probably used to be considered a tomboy because I ran around with the boys and like I didn't like that just when I was really young.
I would
Well,
rather
if you've got brothers, you probably naturally grow up as a tomboy in the
and
first
same
place.
thing
I
vice
imagine.
versa. If I've seen little boys when they have 3 older sisters, they're like, I want to get my nails done because the older sisters are all doing
All they
it.
know.
So it's
Yeah.
just like, oh, this is what life is. And then they realize, oh, this is not something I do normally, but it's fine as long as they're, young and not being like groomed and whatnot. But it's rather crazy how quick medicine, and because I work in medicine, it breaks my heart that they're doing this, how
But it's
fast they jump
profitable.
into life-changing medical treatments. Like if you are a true Blair White and you felt like you really, really are born in the wrong body, which is less than 1% of the population, you should live that life for however many years, maybe 1 to 2 years at the very least, before you even think about medical intervention. At least.
I'm not American, and so I don't have the same hang up over freedom that you guys do. I'm just like, no, it's not good for you. Stop it. You don't need to stand for this. It's fine. You can just be an effeminate man. It's fine.
Yeah,
There's
no,
lots of
I
them
agree
around.
with that. Epic Mike says they used to require being an adult and years of therapy and screenings to confirm they had gender dysphoria before they allowed them to go through transitional modification. And the thing is, even with like Blair White, she's talked about, it's a mental disorder. It's like clearly, there's something wrong with me for being this way. Like I don't know if that's exactly how she worded it, but it's
Yeah.
it is though. Like it is. It's
It
just
is-
again, like therapy. That what Mike just said. That's how it should be. You should have to be required to go to at the
lot
very
of-
least.
I wouldn't trust therapy because the therapist would also be rapid leftists who'll all agree with this kind of stuff.
You sound like
And-
me when I say like I personally wouldn't go to therapy for that reason. I'm like,
Yeah,
they're just gonna want to give
a
me
lot of
medication. They're gonna
people-
tell me I'm
No,
crazy.
well,
A lot of
nearly
people
all-
just
there
want
was
to
a-
belong. That's the
There
problem.
was a thing recently that said therapy and stuff now is nearly an entirely female-dominated thing. And the question it was asking is what happens when men need therapy and they can only go to a woman. And that is that if women are mainly left-wing, they're far more likely to be left-wing than men are. And so if this is an ideological position and women are more likely to go to the dominant consensus, and so they're more likely to be left-wing, and also being left-wing is basically like female instinct as it is, which is why they're more likely to be that way. It's like a natural thinking process for them. Then if you go to therapy, they're more likely to convince you of it than disagree. Like they don't. The point of therapy isn't to disagree with you. It's probably to go, how do you feel? And then affirm it. That's part of therapy, actually, is to go, no, everything's fine. You're perfectly entitled to believe all this stuff. Whereas if therapists were arseholes and they're just telling you to grow up, that would be way better.
Yeah.
I've not seen that with certain therapists. I mean, I'll call this secondary therapy. And with my girlfriend, a therapist has checked her. In a sense, it's like, but are you being unreasonable, or why do you think this is so important in your life?
Therapists
Open-ended
don't go, you're wrong for feeling that. It's like, no, I understand why you feel it. Like, there's even come a thing, it's like a meme of people who speak in therapy language. Because marriage counseling ended up with the man going, no, I understand you feel this way. And I hear you. I understand your feelings. But I don't think... Have you ever considered, well, you are correct in feeling this way, and I'm not trying to stop you. And it's just not the way men communicate. Men do not talk like that.
They need
All of
someone to
therapy
be
was
like, did you
based
ever-
around the female way of communicating and sugarcoating things. And
Men
everything.
need
Whereas-
like a guy to come in and be like,
like,
did you ever
they-
think you're
they
just
need-
retarded?
They need to go to the man that bullies them. That's the
Yeah.
whole point. It's like, no, you are wrong. Obviously, have you just not seen? Just look down, folks. I think there's a lot of people who they go along with the group consensus, and the group consensus leads them wrong, and they just need somebody to be an arsehole to them and tell them the truth. But everyone's so concerned about sugarcoating everything.
Like I said, what I talked about earlier was someone else's therapy session that I've heard of secondhand, and they did not sugarcoat things. So I think it depends on the therapist.
It probably depends. There's probably the good ones are probably far and few between, but you can say that with a lot of professions these days.
True.
Unfortunately.
So and this is why I say, like, I don't know, because I don't know a lot of therapists or therapy sessions. It's not something I talk about like on a regular basis. So, yeah, I do think therapy, if you are still in therapy after 2 to 3 years, I don't think this is the
Years?
therapist for you.
Is Disparu your therapist, Mike?
You need... Look, my favorite moment with Mike is when he was playing Resident Evil 8 and he was hiding in the closet and the baby was outside, and I went,
that's great.
You've got to at least see it. And then he does it. That's what I like
Oh
about
my
Mike.
God. And then did he die?
He will do something he knows is a really stupid suggestion for the content. And he's like, I probably should, though.
Like,
And he's coming out as he was right outside the door.
He's easily
Love
swayed
it.
by Disparu.
Well, no, it was the good gameplay was to sit in that cupboard and wait for it to leave. The good content was to get out of the closet.
and die.
Mike
Hey,
is more than happy to come out of the
you
closet.
got him out of the closet.
All right, couple supers and then we'll move on. Fill my Kraken for $4.99. I have 4 sisters. They have all crashed. I don't trust women Uber drivers.
Mhm.
That's
Can you
fair.
imagine the
Hey,
insurance.
hey, I will never Uber drive, but I've never crashed my car. Everyone else has crashed my car.
Everyone else crashed into her.
No. I actually legitimately, the only times my car has been not able to be driven were by other like family members.
I'm actually surprised that because our insurance doesn't work like that. Our insurance would it covers you to drive your car, and then there is extra insurance you can get where you're insured to drive any car, but nobody has it. Whereas in America, it seems far more common to just be able to get into anyone else's car. It's bizarre over here.
What, Uber?
Well,
no,
the fact
like
that,
drive someone else's car, like me driving your car or you
yeah,
driving
like
my
very
car.
few people over here would be insured to drive anyone else's car. Like very, very, very few. Only kind of maybe business drivers because they maybe drive company cars. They're about the only people that would be insured for it.
Interesting.
Yes. Magnum Norris, thank you for the 10. Everybody is looking magnificent. Thank you. It's nice to finally have a couple of good shows to talk about.
The Seven Kingdoms.
Seven Kingdoms, One Piece season 2. I was concerned before, but now I'm satisfied. Yeah, I
You're
love
welcome.
Night of the Seven Kingdoms. I really hope that they continue with what they're doing because we've seen it. It doesn't even matter if it's Netflix, HBO, Amazon. That it's great, and then season 2 comes out, and we're like, what was that? So I'm like, please, fingers crossed, like keep with the formula because I enjoyed Night of the Kingdom so much.
The thing is, the one thing I was actually hopeful for, and this is like the classic English tradition of you can't be optimistic for anything because you'll always get let down. I
just
was
hate everything and
well, no, well, we are a miserable people by nature, but we like it that way. That's our happy place. But Brandon Sanderson was on about his Mistborn movie.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
He really writes. So his script is due in July. All this stuff about, movie scripts take years to produce. No, he'll just write one in a few months, it'll be fine. But he said he's been doing research, and he said one of the things I like is James Gunn's model, where we won't do anything, we won't cast anyone, we won't cast directors or producers or anything until the script is finished. I'm like, okay, that's fine. And then he said, so I've been reading scripts as like inspiration, how movies should be written and the difference between novels and scripts. So I've been reading scripts like James Gunn's Superman. I'm like, oh no. Do you think James Gunn's Superman is a good movie? Is that the model?
Wait,
that
who
you're
said
using?
that? Brandon Sanderson.
Brandon
said that?
Sanderson. It's like, is that the model,
X-ray
the
left.
screenplay that you're aiming for?
And that no, she's out. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, that's scary, and I know you guys are especially are big Brandon Sanderson fans. So let's all say a collective prayer that he does not go the James Gunn route. That would be awful.
Lots of people have problems with writing and stuff. But I think I have the script. Yeah, here we go.
Mike's saying that's a good method unless you have a character in mind.
No, I liked the first bit. So Brandon Sanderson, new details. He'll interview producers and pick one of them. A director won't be chosen until a producer has been selected. No actors will be announced until after the script is finished.
That's good.
That's going to be in July 1st. He'll use the James Gunn model. The James Gunn model is fantastic for a script, no reshoots. All of this I'm fine with, because he finishes the script, then he casts people, then he films the script, and not like a random ethereal load of scenes and then tries to do it together in editing. All of that's good. But I've also been reading scripts to beef up in preparation.
Well, what if that means
Gunn Superman.
What if he's reading it because he's like, let's not do any of this. let's not do these mistakes.
Now this is a video on YouTube. I haven't had time to go through the video yet, so I've only seen the summary. But that means he specifically mentioned it. And he didn't need to. That's the script which to him stood out the most to mention by name. And
I wonder which script it was specifically.
Superman.
Superman.
Oh,
James
no.
Gunn Superman. And I'm like, I know Mistborn. If you want to turn Mistborn into James Gunn Superman, it will be awful. You could absolutely turn it into that. That's why I'm scared.
Just for since you've read that series, didn't it get more woke throughout the
Not Mistborn. Mistborn does have something where, so the first book is about, well, it always follows a female protagonist, but in the first book, the man kind of leads the action. He's kind of training her. The second one, she takes over, but it doesn't go woke in any way, sense or means. The one where everyone says it's gone woke is his main kind of his Lord of the Rings epic, like Wheel of Time kind of epic series. And I've not finished the last book because everyone keeps telling me it's awful, and that makes me not want to read it. But that's the one where everyone's gone, he's like that. Now, Shad has more confidence in him. And Shad also didn't like that book.
Him, though, right?
Yes. So, I don't know. The thing is, whether he went rogue in one book or not, no matter why he did it, because the parts of that book that I have read, because I think I'm about halfway through, it's very weird. because I was more bored by the book than anything else. But you'll go to a scene and you're like, oh, this scene is to push this message. And it's so out of place in his writing, it feels like a parasite or on top of his work. It's so strange. I don't know why it happened that way. But one thing is for sure, he can write. So
He can.
Like, if he adapts Mistborn, and even with Wheel of Time, there was one decision that he was actually listened to, and that was the first fight between, with Moraine and Lan versus the Orcs, and, not Orcs, but, you know, I've been drinking, so I'm bad with names as it is.
Listen,
but
orc-like creatures in Mistborn.
It's not mid-roll, but the things the mid-roll can control. But yeah, that fight, Lan was supposed to be an idiot. He was supposed to be a moron, and Moraine saved him and everything. He said, you can't do that to Lan. Lan isn't like that. He's like her bodyguard. He's supposed to be cool. And so they changed it to a scene where they work together. And it's, quite honestly, that fight is the best thing out of anything in Wheel of Time that I've seen. And it was his decision. So he can definitely do it. I have a lot of confidence in his writing ability if he decides to do it. The thing that I'm scared of is he's the kind of guy that knows his own weaknesses, and I'm wondering if he's like, I've never written a script, because before he said, I won't write a script for something until I've got more practice and I'm confident, and I think he might not be confident in his own skills, and so he's going to other pieces in Hollywood to learn from them because he thinks he's not good enough, and he doesn't realize that they're trash.
He should have, like, someone he trusts, for one, and a consultant.
He's got his own company and his own readers and things, so I imagine he has that.
That should help translate this to a visual medium. And I guess the hard part is finding someone you trust.
I don't think it's that. I think he sees movies as different to books, and I don't. I think you can basically adapt books one-to-one. I don't think it matters much. I think it's only a time constraint more than anything else.
I was gonna say you time constraint and pacing. Like in the book,
I don't think pacing is a problem because a visual, like, a picture paints 1,000 words, and so I think you can naturally shrink a book down because you're showing the words.
So give me this. I've not read Mistborn, so I don't know. Is Mistborn one person narrative? Like, is it in someone's mind?
It's told from a woman's, well, it dances around between people, obviously.
Yeah.
So it's shown from but it follows mainly a woman who is led into like a gang of thieves.
So
and
the hard part
they teach her.
The hard part with a narrative where you're in someone's mind is translating that aspect. Well, that would be the most difficult part. I'm not saying you can't do one. Yeah,
you're always in someone's mind, but it flicks between people.
Yeah, so that would probably be the most difficult part from book to visual medium.
I think that's getting around by you would just change her inner monologue to external conversations. I think you could get around that.
So you have to write that external conversation, the visual cues and whatnot. So as long as you're able to translate that, then great. And that also has to do with your director, film crew and whatnot. And your actors.
What I think he thinks that movies and books are so different from each other that he may not be confident, and so he's looking to Hollywood to give him advice. And I don't think he realizes that Hollywood is crap. You can't learn. He would be way better just trusting his own vision, ignoring what everyone else in Hollywood is doing, and just doing that, rather than like nobody should be watching Superman and thinking it's good, let alone taking it as advice for your movie.
You know what? Go to Zack Snyder when it comes to Superman at the very least, okay?
Well, I think Zack Snyder is excellent at making something look cool, and that actually would be a help to... I think that he actually would be a help to him to kind of bring his vision to life. Zack Snyder probably actually would be useful in that.
I do like that type of film style. Like 300?
Yes. Not even like the camera lens work or anything, but just how things look.
Absolutely. But yeah, Zach, we talked about this on FNT last night. Zach getting full control. Thank you, Mike, for this point, by the way. Obviously, was horrid after seeing wheat being
In
what's the
slow
word for it?
motion.
In slow motion, not only once but twice.
Mm-hmm.
Because we had to watch. Gary, we had to watch
my
that
favorite
twice.
my favorite moment of the movie is when a guy leaps off a hill in slow motion and then he goes in front of the sun and we hit super duper massive slow motion and he goes down even more, and then there's a one fight where she's in it. I'm like, are you in slow motion or not, because you're moving really slow but it's normal pace?
Can you imagine if one person leapt off slow motion and they totally went into like like the person being attacked was like, why are you going so slow? Talking to the camera.
Well, that's like in Scary
fun
Movie
Scary
2
movie.
when they did the Charlie's Angels thing and they're like doing the like kicking, and he's like, and he picks up a bat and he just sits there and waits because they're coming so slow.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's every Zack Snyder movie, which it worked for 300 so well, but the imagery was just not as exciting in Rebel Moon.
I didn't watch Rebel Moon.
Good,
Now-
don't.
Now, in Mistborn, if they do it correctly, you know when you read a book, you have like images in your mind, so you already have an idea. Even if it's not how it ends up, you have an idea of how you would like it to look. It would be a trilogy, preferably, and the story and the action scenes and everything else would be like incredible. I don't even know how they're gonna do it. A lot of the stuff, probably a lot of wire work and things, but because the magic system in Mistborn is you swallow metal and then you burn metal in your stomach that gives you powers. I don't know how you make that cool in a movie. It's better when it's described.
Because you're able to imagine it, and then the hard part is translating that to the screen, because it's going to fail so many people, regardless of whatever you do. It's not what people imagine.
Yeah,
his
when you
magic
adapt a
systems
book,
are-
you can't please everybody.
Well, his magic systems are kind of visual. So, like, there are some people that can push iron and push metal, but even in the book, it's like, well, when they start burning the metal, blue lines go to all the metal in the room. So there is visual aspects that were built in. But yeah, Mistborn. If you want a trilogy of movies, Mistborn is the one to do it. Mistborn is always the set of books that I recommend to get into his universe, just because they're self-contained, but they get him into his writing style, the decent pace, loads of twists.
I want to be able to read. I remember, I don't know what publishing company he goes with, but the TOR series, I almost love every single TOR book. And so bring it on. I want to be able to read one day when I have time. I mean, Project Hail Mary, I've been listening to the first chapter. I started it today, which I know is very
audiobooks
behind.
are the easiest. Yeah.
Whoo! That first chapter is just intense, which is of him waking up on, he doesn't even know it's a ship yet, because I didn't reach the end of the chapter. Waking up, which I'm sure is going to be 10 minutes of the movie, not even, is intense. And the analysis you think that he's going through is really cool.
The weird thing is, everyone that's read it seems to love it. And then I saw a screenshot of a part of the book, and it was literally something, I think it was, I'm going to butcher the quote, but it was something along the lines of, and there was a solar panel covered in sand, brackets open, sand stops the solar power working because it blocks the sunlight from hitting the solar panel, close bracket. I'm like, I hope there's a reason for that, because it's out of context, right?
I mean,
so I don't know whether that's just overly anal writing, or that's the entire way through the book.
Let me give you an audiobook version. So he, within this first chapter that I've listened to, he talks about him waking up. He's analyzing everything. He says a thought in his head. He's like, ooh, I must be American because I'm saying things like feet and inches, right? So he has this like analysis in his head, and maybe that's what the quote comes from. I don't know. So it could be an internal thought.
Right. That would make more sense, because you're never sure. You see something on Twitter, you're like, is this just out of context entirely? And it was the only person I've heard talk. Everyone else seems to love the book. It's the only complaint I've seen
Ryan
about
is harder to please.
And he liked it.
And he loved the book from what I heard. So
Vera told me, I asked her, I'm like, because it's coming out soon and I want to see it. like, should I read the book first or after? And she's like, since the movie's coming out, just watch the movie and then read the
I
book.
don't think you'll have
There's
time.
not
Yeah,
enough
it's like this
time.
I
week.
mean, yeah.
Like I said, I've only listened to like 75% of the first chapter. Like, it's fine.
And also, I think if you have to read the book to enjoy the movie, it's a bad movie. Like the movie
Absolutely.
should be entirely self-consumable on its own.
And I mean, you should see it Monday before release, especially if the busy week next week.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, for me, Monday previews don't exist over here.
So you'll have to watch it Thursday or Friday then.
Well, yeah, but also that's the day I start traveling anyway, so
Boo!
I couldn't have gone, but it's also impossible.
Oh.
We don't really get previews. We get the day of release, and that's
Yeah.
it.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah,
our day is normally a day after yours.
I would love. Okay, so I haven't seen whatever the release day for the John Davidson movie. I want to see that so bad, but I want to pay for it to watch it. I don't want to sail the high seas for that. So come to streaming, or I'll rent it or pay for it. Just do it. Please out there.
Please, someone. Wasp, thank you for being a member for 2 months. That's why we say 855. There was only one way to say it. Yeah, that originated in Jay's chat. 855 and
What does that mean? Oh,
Ass.
yeah.
the booty.
Yes.
Sorry, I was thinking like 824.
How just Rue just said it.
Well, we don't even really say ass. We say arse.
With an R.
Arse.
Arse. Yeah.
It sounds classier when you say it that way. Wolf D Mexico for 2. Resident Evil 9, 2 out of 10. No Barry Burton. Well, that is a hot take if I've ever seen one. But you know what? If you're a Barry fan, I understand that upset you. Barry's cool.
For the classiness of the English accent, I've always said that because we invaded most of the world, we had to come up with a way of like a reason for people to accept us in the room. Like we had to come up with some kind of reason why they would still want us around. We invaded you, yes. Well,
Phil my Kraken for $4.99. Disparu when you're in the States.
you really pronounced that one, didn't you? It was like
know how to
normally it's
spell
Phil McCracken. You was like Phil my Kraken.
Disparu when you're in the States, you can say what you wish you can say. England can't get you in Florida also. But
Oh,
text.
but England can get me when I return. Like that does not count over here. They will 100% prosecute you for
Be
something
like-
you said in the US.
We watched the stream, Mr. Rue.
Oh no, they would. I'm not even joking with that. They would 100% get you.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Duke, thank you for the 10 gifted memberships. Holy moly. Welcome to the Potato Squad, everybody. We have Disparu and X-ray emotes that
I
are
always
fairly
wonder when
new.
it's
Drop
like-
them.
I always wonder when it's like Duke Devil 95.
Duke
With
Devil
the
95.
that is,
Well, with the 94 of the Duke Devils, or some people do it like I was born in 95. Like,
I
what
think
was
he
it about
was
95 that made you choose that one?
graduated. I think he graduated then. Correct me
probably
if I'm
the-
wrong.
It's even
So sorry if I got that butchered.
because I always thought I always assume it's either like birth date or there were
Or
just
graduated.
94 of the Duke Devils and they were really determined to get the name.
Maybe. Sack, thank you for the 2. Wicked, how many pineapples did you have? Cheers. Just the
From
one.
when?
I posted a
this on a
short and
pizza?
a reel. No.
At least one.
Excuse me.
Oh,
Here, this is
you're
the
actually
short if you guys missed
you're
it.
actually a woman of taste. I'm sorry.
Listen, I'm an American Italian. It's
Like,
I will
have
get in
standards,
trouble.
thank you.
I will get
I
in
have
trouble
seen,
even
like,
if
a
I'm not from
TikTok.
Italy.
There was a TikTok of a
You'll
guy
be
who went to
disowned.
Italy and he's like, let's see if I can find pineapple on pizza. And
Oh my God, that
everyone
was
like
so
ejected
funny.
him from the room.
Everyone's like,
Everyone
"Go."
is like, no.
Okay,
And
to
they're
be
like
fair.
visibly disgusted.
To be fair, Disparu, I will say Italian pizza is way better. You don't have to put
Of course it
ridiculous
is.
toppings
yeah.
on it like we do in
Like
America.
American stuff is just like the rest of the world stuff, but worse. They're like, look, we added cancerous
Cardboard.
chemicals to it.
It's everything is cancerous.
The one
Everything
thing,
is
the only
crap.
thing American has, which is better but also not added the random crap, is the meat. They were like, no, we have all the time in the world to cook outside, and you
And
have terrible
space.
weather,
We
so
have a
we
lot
can
of
actually
space here.
barbecue better.
a lot of space in America. I remember when you came here the first time, you're like, it's just like houses are bigger and places are bigger. The roads are bigger. Everything is bigger.
I expected the houses to be bigger because I'd already looked at house prices and stuff. I wasn't expecting the roads, and I never appreciated why you don't walk anywhere. That was the main thing. I understood why nobody walks anywhere
It's
in
too
America.
far.
Yeah. Even just walking past one shop to the next one, it's like, oh, of course. Whereas here, you can walk past 100 stores. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Michael, thank you for the Canadian 5. Netflix doesn't work on Vancouver Island right now, and I haven't seen One Piece, so I wish you all a good night. Well, I seen that you came back, Michael, and there's no more One Piece talk, so don't worry about
What do you mean it
You're
doesn't
good.
work on an island? It's
He
just like-
lives on Victoria Island. If you look at the maps, it's just
You don't
like
get
a little-
Netflix over there?
I don't know about that. That's something that's news to me, but maybe
Or maybe
it
just
doesn't work
delayed.
Is
for
it
them.
like a certain territory which is included in like the contractual agreements or something like that?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
And Shane, you
I-
asked
I
for
would just
20 shoulders.
VPN.
Yeah, we just need
Just for
Dispy
wear your
shoulders.
shoulders.
He did it!
Damn.
Shane,
Oh,
you
Look,
got
that was
him.
too much.
This is all
That was too
I
much.
actually,
We have to
I
stop
actually
the
heard
stream.
of a
We have to stop the
actually
stream
heard-
now. The chat's
I
gonna go
actually heard of
wild.
a foreign scam, and it was like, well, you have to understand that foreign women will actually like come on to you, and then they'll get you to send pictures to them, and then they'll message you and say, if you don't give me money, I will send these to all of your contact details and your friends and family. I don't know a single man that would care. They'd just send messages that it's like, look, if you see my dick, I'm sorry. It's like no man cares about random pictures of them nude.
See?
Like this is not the same between them.
Men, if you weren't proud of your pee-pee, would you not want to show that then?
Thank you,
Out of
Shane.
curiosity.
I don't think any man would care.
Michael!
Look,
Michael!
for Mike, he had PTSD flashbacks back to that baby eating him. He was like, oh god.
Epically
This is
Michael,
horrific.
okay? I don't know your full name. So we're gonna
I just call him Michael.
Michael epically.
Michael
But
Doberman.
it
I
is
can't get
weird
past the
how
first
that's
20
like-
seconds before it crashes. Oh.
Oh, yeah,
no.
that is.
That sucks.
I don't know
that-
why
that-
it'd be on TV and PC. Those are two entirely different devices. But I do like how, like, universally across the world, if a parent uses your full name, you're in trouble. And that's like cross-culture.
It
Don't
is.
know what Epic Mike's full name is, but we're gonna call him Epically
Yes.
Michael.
Yes.
Michael epically.
You know what? I'm going to let X-Ray read this one because the second word has stumped me.
Jason Webster with 5
Lukaku.
Australian says, Happy Kokuho won 10 honors at the 49th Jap.
Okay, she's made
How
it
on
halfway.
earth you pronounce Kakuho, but not Japan?
I was saying Japanese in my head. Japan Academy
You
Prize.
know what half of Japanese is? Japan. Like, it's still the same
No, but
word.
it's Japanese or ja. It's
Ja,
different.
ja. It's like, what is the
pronunciation.
We're now receding to the Flintstones. Yes, that's to the Ugg.
What a show tonight.
I think
What is
Jason
10 honors?
Webster is trying to
I
trick
didn't even
me.
know there was a Japan Academy Prize. I would care way more about, like, Asian awards for Korean cinema than I would the Oscars.
And Darren, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships.
Cheers.
And Jason's been a member for 25 months, over 2 years. Thank you, Jason. Hi to X-Ray Girl and Wicked Virtue, 2 of the loveliest ladies on YouTube. Hi, Disru. I hope you are all enjoying the weekend.
I love that
It
he
is.
didn't even
I was
address
working out
me
how
in
many
that soup.
babies that is. That's almost 3 babies. It is. Like a couple of more, like 2 more months, he's popping out another Sprog.
A what?
Do you not have Sprog?
No.
Sprog over
It's
here
like
means
how you felt
baby.
about
Oh,
thugs.
okay. Slang for baby. Got it.
What? There used to be a game called Puzzle Pirates, and you could type like /me, and it would be like so and so does. And I would walk onto one of the pirate ships, and I'd just be like /me drops a Sprog, because dropping a Sprog means giving birth.
I've been
Got
drinking
it.
these. That's why I'm drunk. I
Ooh,
haven't been drinking
cosmopolitan.
purposely the
There
last
can't be much
few.
alcohol in them.
13%, and I've drank 2. I'm moving out, guys.
She's celebrating.
You sat you like a Buddhist monk. You're like, oh,
I'm moving out.
Moving.
Guys, I'm gonna have more room than just my bed right by
Than
my
a
desk.
room.
Okay.
No
I'm gonna
more
have more than
Curtain
room.
Ray. Curtain Ray's
I
gonna be gone.
had many of those years where, yes, I would get out of bed, step across the room to the desk, and then that was it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So,
she's transcending.
I'm transcending. Yeah.
You're like, it was either like Buddhist monk or hyper Italian. It was like, no, I have the two hands.
Can you imagine meditating into like talking?
You could like summon pizzas from the ethereal realm.
Can you imagine how good they taste? Wicked. Maybe this is why we are so connected.
Maybe.
I don't think you are, because Wicked likes wings, not pizza.
I like both.
She likes both.
Well, you haven't done a
enough
pizza
time.
stream, but you have done a wing stream.
We have, yeah.
We have done a wing
Not very
stream.
Italian of you, you
We
traitor.
kept our pizza streams private. To be fair, we've actually eaten quite a
pizza
few
is
pizza.
too important to Wicked to show publicly. You're like,
Yeah, which it's funny to say because wings is so much messier.
That is
Yes.
true.
no one is ever gonna. I've got this pizza all over my face.
Yeah, yeah. I honestly think, ooh, I would love to do another food stream. Maybe one day. Disparu,
Maybe.
would you like to do? It doesn't have to be a stream. I don't want to shoot a stream. You trying biscuits with Jay? I think
Biscuits and gravy. That would make Jay's life
British
complete.
biscuits
I
and then
did-
American
I
biscuits.
did actually try to get biscuits and gravy the last time I was in Florida, but apparently they were a breakfast thing and they were changing over to lunch, so I actually never got to the chance to actually try them.
Okay,
Well, gotta
so
go
you and
earlier.
Jay, it doesn't have to include us, but I actually do think you and Jay should do a British and American biscuits.
I mean, I'm sure Jay's had them before. I'm sure
No,
he knows what biscuits.
probably, but I think it would be fun because you guys have always argued about
But the
biscuits.
weirdest, I don't care about biscuits and gravy. Americans care a lot about food. That's what I've learned about Americans.
Yes.
I remember like the amount of streams I've been in, and Americans just start talking about takeaways. I'm like, gee, it's. I cannot find anything more boring than people comparing food. But Americans could compare like different types of burger takeaways all day, and then they'll go, yeah, but what about pizza restaurants? And then they just go off again.
Disparate. Hear me out here. So food, there's people who eat to live and who live to eat. And
I'm definitely the first one, but it's something
is
more than
good.
that than Americans.
Yeah, I would say Americans live to eat, obviously, with the size the majority Americans are. But that's also because they're being poisoned by their food. But, you know.
A lot of it is the poison. I think it's because to me, like, food is base ingredients put together into a simple recipe. And so things should taste of the base ingredients. Whereas Americans like to add everything in, like tons of stuff, add a load of fake stuff in, add a load of hyper-processed stuff in. And I'm not saying it doesn't taste nice. American food does
There you
taste
go.
nice.
Jay's gonna
But-
take you out on a biscuit date.
American food doesn't taste of the base ingredients in it because they add so much stuff in. You just have like, like a ridiculous. It forms like a mosh of
That is
flavor.
the problem with that is
I prefer the
majority
Eastern
FDA,
European method.
When it comes to the FDA, they allow so much more dirty ingredients. I'm going to call it dirty ingredients.
Well, yeah,
at
like
this rate.
synthetic
It
stuff
is.
and like things you can't pronounce and random chemicals and stuff. Yeah.
And that ends up having a toll on your body. Like we've heard so many people who travel that when they come to America, they gain weight. When they go to Europe, they lose weight.
Eating
when they
the
go
same
to Asia,
food.
they lose
Yeah.
weight. So because the simpler they are, the better. Now, when I went to Ireland, and this, mind you, was 10 years ago,
Ireland's a very different place now.
organic vegetables were were less expensive than the inorganic in Ireland, whereas it's flipped when you go to America because it's simpler things. There's less pesticides and stuff like that, but it costs way more to put synthetic ingredients in Ireland, which is wild because, of course, that's a European country. Having
Well,
all this,
you know what's always interesting to me is I will see things like, well, I want grass-fed beef. In England, grass-fed beef is the default. Like, it's all grass-fed beef.
No,
And they're
I
like,
mean,
well, grass just grows, so you feed the cows on it because it's cheaper than buying food for them because you've got grass. It
in
just
Ireland,
happens.
the flocks of sheep and cows that are around, you have the whatever spray painted or whatever to know whose cows, sheep there are. They just roam wherever.
Yeah, no, it's the same here.
And that doesn't happen in America or Canada.
Yeah, so it's this thing with, it's a bit like McDonald's. McDonald's tastes nice, but you know it's not food. And I think that's the same with a lot of the American stuff. What I agree with, like I say, I'm not saying American food doesn't taste nice, but I would prefer to go to the American kind of steakhouses and the meat stuff because it's just the meat. It's not adding stuff. I don't like all the extra added chemicals and crap that they add to the things.
Should we do a Cracker Barrel biscuits and gravy? I think you guys should actually do that.
You gonna go with Jay?
The Cracker Barrel that's by you, Jay. Is it the new school Cracker Barrel or the old school? Just out of curiosity.
It's probably old school. Weren't they going back to that? Like
They
anyone
were,
that
but
did?
some did change over.
Some changed over, and then it got. Obviously, they're not going to like do a renovation and then do a renovation back. It'd be way too expensive.
Jay's got plans for Disparu. He
Oh,
heard
no.
him agree to it, and he's like, "Let's go."
I
He's
think
like,
it'd be fun, the two of you together doing that old school.
It is old school. Yeah, I've never seen the new school one. I don't think there were really that many. But I've only been to Cracker Barrel a couple times.
I never had a chicken fried steak, and I kind of want one now.
I had one once, but it wasn't from Cracker Barrel, and I didn't actually like it. But I think it's because I like my steak to not be
Wait,
fried.
is it not chicken? Chicken
It's-
fried steak. Wait, is it beef or is it chicken?
How nice.
No, but that's the thing about something like biscuits and gravy. Isn't biscuits and gravy like a poor person's food? Isn't that where it came from originally? And so biscuits and gravy is like more of a simple recipe because what I've been told is it's basically like scones but with milk and fat as the gravy. So the more simple the recipe in America, the more likely I am to like it, rather than we're gonna add in all these chemicals and crap and all this extra stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
The more processed something is, the less I like
I
it.
didn't really like
basically.
it. I had it when I was in Texas, and it was fine. But I was just like, man, I don't want my steak like this. I like
But
my
that's
steak
why-
medium rare.
I don't want fried steak. Ew.
Yeah,
That-
chicken
that's
fried
like
steak isn't
my
my
favorite-
vibe.
That's like my favorite place that I went to in America for food was the Las Vegas. Was
The
it Korean barbecue,
Brazilian
whatever?
barbecue.
Yeah, just a load of meat served different ways, different
I
styles.
need to go. I've never
That was
been
the
to one
best
of those. I want to go. So a Brazilian steakhouse. That's what you're talking about, right? A Brazilian steakhouse.
We need to. We need to. Honestly, it's so good. You don't go to the salad bar. You don't go.
That was my
anything.
mistake.
Shut up. Go away.
I ruined myself.
And then you
With
just
that lettuce, it'll get you.
steak and pineapple.
Well, I took salmon, so I wasn't ruined on anything.
Okay, understood then. All right, I'm gonna catch a couple more supers, and we'll get to the topic.
Sorry.
We're fine. We're
It's our
having fun
fault.
tonight. Cajun Corey for 5. I'm developing a new fragrance for introverts. It's called "Leave Me the Cologne."
I like that one.
Trying to make me swear. Corey.
That's
was a good
genuinely
one.
good.
Corey dropped this on Poor Choices. It was good.
It's a good one.
That
Corey.
is good.
Middle-aged boomer, thank you for being a member for 6 months. Damn, daylight savings now 42 minutes behind. All about St. George's Day. Hail the homeland. Did you enjoy the RE9 story and Grace's character seemed a bit crap? I enjoyed it. She was more, she wasn't a traditional Resident Evil character, right? Because you could Jill, who's,
Every female has been competent. This is the most incompetent female that I've ever played.
And what they were trying to, because that's why I like that they had her and Leon, because you had her, and that's how like any
It's polar opposites.
any normal person would act, right? Especially a girl, like you give her like I love all the memes with giving her the big gun, and it's like she's this tiny, and it's like a huge gun. They were hilarious.
She shoots the recoil.
It was
that huge.
Yes, it was more realistic. I didn't mind Grace. I thought she was a fine addition to the roster, but she's no Grace, not Grace. She's no Claire. She's no Jill. Who
she's no
are
Ada. I don't know if you play Ada, but I do think that Grace is an interesting.
You kind of ruined the
character.
joke.
What?
So no, it's too late now. Like you can either show it and I can talk, or you can not show it and I can talk later.
Okay, show it. And talk. I have no idea what happened.
We can't show the joke and then ignore it. Like female written horror movie plots be like, what if I aged?
Oh my god.
The horror.
It's like Resident Evil 9, the different characters. Like, yeah, but what if I wasn't beautiful? It's like that's all female horror movies.
Grace is also, I don't know, she seems super immature, which also helps with the whole like super weak gameplay versus super amazing gameplay with Leon. I know a lot of people are like, I wish I had a sexier character to play, which
I thought she was a girl next door cute. It was okay that she wasn't like femme
she was
fatale like
cute.
Ada.
you played at first player for most people anyways.
Yeah.
At least that was what was recommended. So you don't really even see her. So I don't really know.
Yeah.
The reason the issue is, as things go on for years and years and years and years, you will find people having less and less patience is probably the better word for things that don't appeal to them, and so things that things that never would have brought up is now like, no, make her attractive. It's like, well, you never would have complained about that before, but you would have had other things where they're attractive. So now it gets to, well, attractive women in movies is a sign of quality, and just general ones aren't.
I agree.
And so I understand why it happens. I also understand why it comes across as odd, but it's a case of, you get now to a point where it's like, no, there is no attractive women in anything, so it's like, make her attractive, I don't care.
But I don't think she's unattractive or uber attractive. She's kind of in the middle. She's
just normal,
literally
like,
an actual mid, but not with the definition of.
Yeah, but there's no real reason. In real life, you meet loads of mids. Most people are mid. Most people are like,
yeah,
five.
I agree with that. Yeah.
But in games, everything is a choice, and so you're deliberately making something not for the majority of the audience. And in a horror game, I entirely understand it.
She's an analyst. She's not an agent.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that she's an analyst, so she wasn't in the field.
That
would make sense that she's like freaked out by everything.
I can just understand the thing though, where it's like, you are getting to a point where people are like in the desert, and it's just like, there is no attractive women in any games at all, and so you're not bringing it up for everything. It's like, when will the next one be? I think that's generally, it's like the gun thing, when people are like, well, she can't fire as well as the men. It's like, well, obviously, because she's
it's not fire, it's the recoil.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it takes her longer to aim, and I think she has more recoil than him. And people are like, well, obviously, that's fair enough between the two of them. But what I think you're beginning to get like two warring points, where it's like, one of them just wants rapidly feminine stuff where everything's equal between everybody else, and there's like, why isn't everyone just for my sexual preference?
I think where we're getting to in this like debate is, when you sniff out anything DEI
or that might be
all that, you just assume that it's going to be crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, people have got more sensitive to everything because they've seen it so often.
Because it's a pattern, and you've seen, as soon as there's an ugly chick, no boobs, whatever, ugly clothes, you just assume it's going to be a crap game. So kind of with this game, it kind of is a little bit different. Yeah, sure, Grace is mid, ugly, whatever you want to call it, small boobs. The story sucks, in my opinion, but the gameplay is awesome. So when you have a game that you enjoy, you forgo some of the things that you have maybe prejudged it on, just like we do with movies. Like it's Star Trek, some of the worst sets, you know, but you love the story and you are willing to forgive it for that. I think a lot of people have done that for this game.
Yeah, but in gaming, you don't need to do that. So in real life, you may be like, this woman's not this particular category that I like, but she's got a great personality and that makes up for it. But in gaming, every single thing is a decision that you intentionally made. And so I think people get to the point, it's like, well, why is she not attractive? Because she could still be the damsel in distress, but attractive. It's like, so you don't need to compromise. And the fact that you made her not attractive is for a specific reason. It's because you thought it added something to the story, or you're appealing to a different audience than me. And so honestly, I do get the complaint in that regard, because you can have your cake and eat it in gaming.
Like I said, she's not the ugliest gameplay character I've ever played.
I thought she was cute.
Average.
Well, no, but in gaming, you could have a perfect 10 in every single game throughout time. Like,
absolutely.
You can literally
I agree
choose.
With that.
So
I agree with that.
So at every point at the scale, it is a deliberate decision to make it that.
Is this where I say, because of the contrast to today's standards, mid is just hot? Maybe it is. I don't know.
What
Athletically Lazy raises a really good point
you know
here.
How, like, okay, say, for example, War Machine. Have you watched it, Disbrew?
No, but if you... Is it a cast member?
I'm just trying to think an average movie where it wouldn't be standardized as an amazing movie. But because of the contrast of what we have currently out in the market, it seems like an amazing movie. That's what I'm trying
I
to
get your
explain.
point.
So because we have seen such ugly characters, we just see Grace as hot in comparison. I don't know.
Okay, no, I get that. No, that makes sense.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I do think people change standards based on comparisons, and that's just natural because you compare things to like recency bias and stuff, which is one of the reasons why I make sure that I watch stuff that I like regularly to like. It's like, no, this actually is good. It's like you have to go back and rewatch older stuff because like you have to reset your quality bar to what it was previously.
Yeah, we need to know low, mid to
is...
average, or no, low, mid to amazing.
It's like I don't know whether you saw there was an article that came out and it said that Gen Z, I probably got it bookmarked, but Gen Z will save cinema because more Gen Z people are going to the cinema. Now that makes sense because pensioners and stuff are less likely to get out of the house and go to the cinema in the first place.
Also the ones with more disposable income at this rate.
Yeah, but there was also so this was the article. I think you have sharing powers. Can Gen Z save Hollywood? They love PG movies and everything else. Now, I think one of the reasons that Gen Z might be going to the cinema more than everyone else isn't just that pensioners don't get out of the house as often and everything, but Gen Z are probably one of the first people who have only grown up with terrible movies. Now, if you've only been watching the cinema for the last 10 years, all your movies have been ass. And so you're going to have a lower quality bar unless you've made specific attempt to go back to the 90s and watch stuff from then. And most people aren't going to do that. I remember when I was a kid, I wouldn't go back and watch black and white TV very much.
Oh hell no. Like I didn't watch Star Trek until you guys, I say you guys, FNT, mentioned Star Trek is amazing. And in all honesty, I was scared of Star Trek back in the day. So I think Gen Z is very reflective of how I have viewed cinema before I got into this world. So if they find it, they're going to find an amazing amount of movies and television shows. And then I hope it trajects us to a better place one day.
Well, this is US movie-going demos. So Gen Z has been increasing over time. Millennials have been going down. As the movies get worse, they just get out. Because millennials were the ones in the 90s, the early 2000s, they saw the good stuff. So they're like, this is ass, I'm not going. Gen Z, though, they're like, no, this is getting slightly better. So Gen Z are the ones that have only grown up in this area, like the really trash stuff. And so the mid stuff for them, and now it's amazing. So it's bringing them back.
That's really sad because if they ever, I really hope, like cinemas bring back old school movies. And I love that they've done like, Lord of the Rings, some older movies, and just I know Cineplex does older movies on like Tuesdays where you can go for a cheaper price and to watch things you just never seen on the big screen. Will it make new movie connoisseurs? I think so.
Now that's interesting. Who Gen Z goes to the movies with? It's either friends or a family member. Not so often boyfriend, girlfriend, or spouse and partner is almost non-existent.
Which family member, though? Is it an older, a sibling?
Family member adult, not family member child.
So it has to be either a sibling or adult. Like parent.
Sibling or parent, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
But what I mean is sibling or parent is more than boyfriend, girlfriend. And partner, spouse, like husband, wife, partner, basically none.
I think most of them are not married at that age, to be fair.
Well, what is Gen Z at this point? Like, Gen Z has got to be quite old by this point.
Gen Z age. They are
1997 to 2012. So
14
that would be
to 29-year-olds.
Yeah, and so by the time you're 29,
not
obviously
everyone's
40.
getting married at that age, though, to be fair. So,
well, not now, but they would have been this is the point. They would have been previously. So it's the changing of the generations. And now it's like, no, they're far more likely to be with friends. well, even this friends than boyfriend girlfriend, like date nights don't seem to be much because even family beats out boyfriend girlfriend for Gen Z.
You know what? In some ways, that could be based. I think having a familial bond is stronger, and if you end
Not
up being
particularly good for the
pickier when
human species.
But I say this is because I know from watching TikToks and Reels, a lot of people don't end up committing. So I don't know what this would mean for their.
I've never seen
polling.
this angle before at the red carpet, where you see the cameramen. I only ever see it from the other angle.
They get all the good light.
Yeah, they're there, and it's just like a horde of people, like all the way around.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? I actually was at work today. I was like maybe 3 or 4 people who were born in the 2000s, and they were all like adults. And I think, oh my God, I'm getting old because people in 2020s are adults and have lived a life. Oh my God.
This is the issue they're going to struggle with, because even now you can tell by how they're talking about it. Gen Z is slowly growing to be a safe bet. For years, Gen Z was seen by many of the film professionals and observers as streaming and short content. But now they're coming back to cinemas. Like, yeah, but if you keep thinking of Gen Z as children, not just people,
but they are kind
you will
like
make
children.
Different content for them. You will make childish content for them. And they won't care.
But they've been trying to make content for Gen Z for like the last 5 to 10 years, and apparently it's only caught on now.
Well, it's been increasing. I think one of the issues is no one in Hollywood seems to understand that storytelling has been going for thousands of years. And
No,
it hasn't
absolutely, and
changed.
even longer than that. Storytelling is one of the most oldest ways of entertainment and learning morals and lessons about the world.
It was passing down knowledge. Yeah, like a lot of the Bible is just survival techniques. Like things to do so you don't like die as you're going around. Don't eat rotten meat and all that kind of stuff. It's basic lessons. And that's what a lot of storytelling is. But the point of storytelling hasn't changed this entire time. Storytelling hasn't changed. Only the medium we tell it in has. And so if they start thinking that Gen X requires a different form of storytelling, or they require different values, they will destroy it.
I want to argue that because I think storytelling has changed a lot, because it used to be you have to overcome some sort of weakness in order to persevere and whatnot. And whereas like when we talk about the DEI woke crap that we talk about, it's the realization that you are just amazing. You just didn't realize you're amazing. And I hate that type of storyline because
the main character syndrome that everyone has now.
we really have to just acknowledge we have, pros and we have cons. And in order to better civilization, your friendships, your family, you have to overcome some sort of weakness or sacrifice in order to better whatever group you're in and whatever the story may be. And that's something that I think with a lot of more recent TV and movies that they're not there.
I'm not disagreeing with your point. The only thing I disagree with is I would consider that to be bad storytelling rather than storytelling.
Absolutely.
So I don't think storytelling has changed. It's just Hollywood tried a really bad method of it for a while that just doesn't work.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's a dedicated way that, because if you go back through all of history, it was always like the strong hero overcoming the vicious enemies to save the damsel in distress. It's one of the oldest story forms of all time. But it is definitely more of the female form of storytelling. It's like, if you look at any of the clit-lit kind of stories, it's, well, I'm just going along and I'm just this mid-normal girl who's going here. But this billionaire vampire werewolf hybrid who's the strongest person in the world. Just, he likes little old me that's absolutely no different than the other girls, but he just wants for me. But he'll slaughter the entire country.
Oh my
God.
God.
He won't hurt me. And it's like that kind of storytelling, that doesn't work. But
yes,
the masculine form of the storytelling is a sacrificial one.
So I rewatched Crazy Rich Asians last night, and I loved that movie back in the day. But watching it with the lens of today, it's like, oh my God. Oh, why did I like this? Oh, a girl can still have her career and get the rich guy. That's why I liked it.
She
back
can
then.
have everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
And so
I can understand why feminism was so seductive, because that was a lie it told everybody.
it was
But-
very subtle in that movie. I say it was subtle, meaning it wasn't like blatant like it is in certain movies today, but
Well,
watching it now. ugh.
Sex and the City, that told the lie that you could have everything. Now, the weirdest part of that was the writers, they were all married with kids. Everything in Sex and the City, the writers weren't doing. They all went back to their nice, stable families, and they were preaching to the next generation. They just destroy themselves.
Yeah.
It's astronomical what's happened, actually, when you look back on it.
Yeah.
It's crazy because I think the ending part of it where the girl was like, who was dating the rich Asian guy,
You're
she-
just after my shoulders, you pervert.
she was willing to take herself out of the equations to stand up for her morals and whatever in her family, not to deal with the rich people and still create the life. Like she was in that scenario, she was upfront about everything she had wanted, but then in the end, the mom of the son ended up giving the ring to her son. So like she basically like blessed their union, and so
She blessed their ring.
It's like a little bit of both, but like to have the overarching marriage, like or the overarching story of you can have the marriage and still have your career and have the rich guy and all this, you know, I don't agree with that. And now it's changed that movie for me because I really did love it back in the day.
Obviously, you can't have everything. Like, there isn't enough
No.
hours in the day. It's crazy. Like, even the idea that you can have a huge career and have kids. Like, how is that going to happen?
Oh,
You've got
there's
9 months where
stories
you can't do
about
anything.
moms.
And then you've got this thing which can't literally feed itself. I saw a video the other day, and it was this woman going... it might have been Valkyrie off Twitch. Yeah, and she was like, I got handed this baby, and I suddenly had the realization that this baby can't look after itself, and it can't do anything, and it can't feed itself, and it can't do anything without somebody else doing it for him. I'm like,
Absolutely.
yeah, but I'm like, you've just never met a baby in your entire life. You would
Right?
never come in contact with a baby.
I've met babies. Okay, so I know people who are streamers have babies. Well, yeah. Taking care of my niece, I cannot do a single thing that does anything with this job without her wanting to press all the buttons to touch everything and blah 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 blah.
Oh,
There's
well, we've
no
seen
way
Chrissy on
you can do
FNT
that.
when she brings it and just starts eating the microphone. It's like, well,
Exactly. You can't do this job with a kid on your lap. I'm sorry. And that's okay. Part of having a kid is being a mother. And there's a video I saw where the mom's like, corporate America, they told you, blah, 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 that this is the thing. I think it's easier working for the corporation than it is to be a mom. And I
Well,
thought
yeah,
that was one of the saddest things.
I mean, it's always been one of the go-to comments. Like, it's like, oh, well, I won't do what a husband tells me, but then you'll go to a boss who pays you minimum wage and do what he says. Like, there's always been that kind of thing. But it's part of this, like, this is why one of the reasons that sacrificial parts of storytelling works for both people. Because to a man, it is, I will fight the warrior invaders to protect the woman so that she can have kids. But the woman is also sacrificing her life and her freedom for the child. So both parties sacrifice. They're just sacrificing in different ways.
There's just different sacrifices.
Yeah, the problem is when you go, men and women are equal, and now they're the same. And so now they both need to work. And it's like, well, now you've essentially removed the entire sacrificial nature from the woman at all, because the woman can have everything. Well, if she can
And
have
a
everything, there's no...
babysitter or a
Well,
nanny.
This is the point. Well, somebody's got to sacrifice. So now the child is sacrificing. Now the child is not around the mother. The sacrifice has to happen somewhere. The time has to go somewhere. And
I think it's
it is
difficult
a
with
point.
each group of people. And you remember the phrase, it takes a village? We don't have the village around us anymore.
That was never true either.
Well-
There's always been an element of like allo parenting among women. This is why women are far more social than anything else, because women would get
Maybe
together and
with
raise
like
them.
Asian
But
parents versus other like I've
Europeans
seen
are more independent. That is true, but
Yeah.
it is more. There would be communication and help, but you would have your own independent child
absolutely.
raising and
And
stuff.
from at least immigrant Asian perspective, and I think my mom is very different because she's not super Asian. She's very Americanized Asian, and I've seen Super Asian. It is interesting seeing the parental difference of grandmas. Let's just say.
I've always thought, because my thing for a long time has been that men tend to go through life and they will make mistakes, and then they want to help other men not make the mistakes they made, whereas women a lot of the time will destroy other women because they're still in competition with them, and they tend to want to make themselves feel better by dragging people down the same path. And the best advice has always seemed to be, go to your grandmother and ask her, because this is a woman who had a family and then raised a daughter who also wanted a family, and so she seems to be the best person to give you advice on how to actually do things correctly.
Yeah, no, you're right. Like, of course, there's, the few women that aren't like that, but I've, like, in my life, I've had a lot of different circles that I've been friends with, and you can just kind of tell when a woman treats you like competition. And I wasn't raised that way because my mom wasn't raised that way. So it depends on how you were raised. And some mothers do raise their daughters to treat every woman as competition. I think that's sad,
it depends,
but it's just how some
it's also
women
a natural
are.
instinct. It's like they know with hairdressers they will take off more hair from people that they see as their own level. Like, this is just a natural thing.
Or they'll be like, you should. I had a friend. Like, here's an example who I thought was a friend. This was in like high school, and now it didn't look bad, but I had like nice highlights that I got done, and I was like, oh, I wonder if I should dye my hair black, and she convinced me to do it. And it didn't look bad, but didn't look as good as when I had the pretty blonde highlights. And my mom was so mad at me for that. And I listened to the one friend, and my mom even said, like, I think she's jealous of you. So she was trying. Like, it didn't look bad, but it didn't look as good.
Why do women take the pixie? Well, the pixie. Oh no, the pixie cut takes look major on you. And the thing is about it, even if an attractive woman has the pixie cut, because she's naturally more attractive, she can take off a little bit of her beauty. But a pixie cut will massively affect someone who's like lower down, like, natural score. Whereas long hair will feminize it. So, for instance, the Wednesday actress, she really needs to feminize all of her features because otherwise she looks awful. So a pixie cut on her would look really disastrous compared to a more attractive, perfect model who wouldn't knock them down that far.
Yeah, and it also, like, not to be mean, but like, look at someone like Audrey Hepburn. She could rock the pixie cut. She was pretty, she was petite, she was very thin. But if like a chunky girl, even if she's pretty,
some people
tries
are
to get a
affected by it
pixie
more.
cut, it would not look good.
That's part of the strategy. You can take off like half a point to knock 6 off somebody else. Like, it works.
Hi Mo. What are you? All right.
It Takes a Village is comedy gobbly, but allo parenting it is something that we evolve. This is why women are more social. This is why women are far more concerned about sugarcoating things so they don't offend people. Because when the men are away hunting, the women were only ones around.
That's why men like to play video games so much, because they can't go hunting and pillaging villages, so they do it online.
It's a way of organizing hierarchy. This is why men are concerned with scoreboards. Am I better than you? This is how men organize themselves here.
Yeah.
A lot of people love to think that they're this special, unique person that's never existed in the world, and it's like nearly all instinct. Everything you do and enjoy has some kind of evolutionary purpose.
Yes. All right, let me get some supers. Duke, thank you for the $4.99. You know what? Let me save that for when X-Ray gets back. Monkey,
I'm back.
Okay, Duke Devils is looking forward to the meetup next week. I know I promised to buy X-Ray Girl a drink, so if you happen to be standing nearby, nice.
We might be. Okay, by the way, there is Saucy merch.
There is.
And there
Socks.
is the cutest socks.
Do you guys want to see it? Hold on, we'll catch up on Super. I
We're
ordered
gonna see
some
wicked
stuff.
socks.
Yeah, I was saying that, I know it's a gamers meetup, neurotic FNT, whatever, but we always meet a subsect of that. Say, I'm a huge fan of Saucy, and I love that. I think we should all wear our
You guys
Saucy
are
merch,
cute.
Saucy socks merch at the meetup, because I'm getting socks, by the way.
Yeah, I ordered some too.
Well, no, if you are wearing, we just peep at your socks. Like,
just lift your foot up.
The 1800s, we just look at each other's ankles, and we'll just know that you
We're
guys
going back
are
to
saucy.
Victorian times. You do have a shapely ankle.
Oh, the ankles are so cute.
And we got the whiskey and the wine too.
That is something from Brandon Sanderson's books. Like, he's clearly heard at some point the idea, which I've heard, that basically a lot of human attraction comes down to exclusivity. So it's I have seen something that nobody else in the world has seen. And so at one point they have safe hands where they cover their hand in a glove at all times. Nobody else can see it. And so the hand itself becomes kind of sensual because nobody else has seen the left hand. And it's the same with ankles. If you started covering your ankles, within a generation, men would find them attractive.
That's why my feet, they don't show in real life.
What,
And also the store
exclusivity is what gives something value.
I do
the
think
store
that
only
rarity-
gives
absolutely.
only gives one option. I see some people in the chat saying it's only one type. It's because that's the type that the store offers.
That guys, that is the style that is in fashion, by the way. High socks.
It's in style. Okay, let me get a
You
couple
know,
of
there's
stores and
different
then
type
we're
of
going to talk
socks.
about.
I just buy socks. I've always just bought socks.
I like ankle socks personally. I don't care. I'm a millennial. I
I
don't
like-
give an
Are those the
F.
little tiny ones that barely go above the shoe?
I
are
need,
weird.
you know what I do need? As an X-ray tech, I do see a lot of shoes. I need a pair of black Nikes. I think that's what, because it's weird to wear black socks in white shoes.
Yeah.
It's weird. So I need black shoes to wear my
I like
black
been
the
socks.
weird for
higher
a lot of my
ones
life.
for like when I'm wearing boots, which, you know, since I'm in Florida now, not that much, except for this year because we had a lot of colder weather. So I was like, the boots are coming out.
Like what? 1 degree
Yeah.
Celsius.
no,
the,
it
the
was
cold
14
in Florida. I can't
was-
believe it was 20 degrees.
That's cold
Was
for
it
but this is a
past
tropical
freezing?
climate. Yes, there was frost. I had a freeze warning in my car, and there was frost on the
No,
grass.
no,
Is it
warning.
That's not
iguanas
supposed to
fall off
happen.
the trees?
You
Not
guys
a
can hate
warning.
all you want,
Oh,
but I live in
no.
a tropical climate. It's not supposed to get in the teens. It got
Oh.
to 10 degrees one night. And I was like, are you
Teens?
kidding me? It's supposed to
No,
Oh
be
yeah,
Fahrenheit.
you mean F though, don't you? Hang on.
yeah, it's
Fahrenheit,
not
yeah.
supposed to get that cold. This is a tropical climate. You know how many animals probably died? Farmers got like crops messed up. It was
No,
actually kind
iguanas
of
just
sad.
fall off trees. They
Oh,
get
that's
backed up.
-7. Okay, so 19 Fahrenheit is -7. That's
That's
legit.
cold
okay.
for a tropical climate. Yeah.
I was over here. Well, no, -7 is cold anyway. Ours only gets down to like mainly -5 at maximum.
yeah, it
So if
wasn't
you're
that,
in
like,
the teens, it's worse than here.
Yeah, I was like, well, I actually had to turn my heat on. I've been here 3 years. It's the first time I
Well-
ever had to do that.
What I have heard though is even when you go, oh, it hits like the teens, it's only for a short section of the day and then it warms up.
Well,
Whereas
no, we
here,
had a
when
really
it's cold,
bad
it
cold
stays like that
front.
for a month.
Yeah, well, no, it was like that. It was weird. It was like a month here of I had to turn the heat
Oh.
on, but that's not normal. Like it hasn't happened here in like 15 years. Like I said, I've been here 3 years and I never had to turn my heat on. There was a couple like chillier
you're
days, so I'm
saying-
like, it was weird. It was not a normal thing for Florida.
So when
this
you
year.
moved there, it suddenly got cold.
well, after 3 years, I brought the cold front with me.
Well, the reason I bring this up is because a load of the American crew came over to London, and for some reason, London got hot immediately. And then when they all flew back, it got cold again. So it was very suspicious.
Oh yeah, because I remember weren't you actually was ready to wear her nice like
was
fall
ridiculous.
clothes, and then you had to buy like dresses and stuff, right? Because it was
I
hot.
barely know weather
so
like
freaking
it.
hot.
It was stupid. It arrived the day they arrived. It left the day Gary left. Like this is like to
That's
the day.
funny.
It was insane.
I remember because I was like, I was so excited to wear jumpers and pants and all that, and I couldn't.
With this thing, I much prefer my temperature than like Las Vegas or anything in America. I like the
Well,
cold because I
yeah.
can warm myself up. I can't cool myself down.
Yeah. I get that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Well, let me get some supers and then we'll talk about the Buffy reboot. That's not happening anymore. Monkey,
Mhm.
thanks for the 2. Feed them some milk duds.
Who is them?
This was an hour ago. I'm so sorry. I'm
Everyone.
way behind.
Feed everyone milk duds. You just meet them, you just shove one in their mouth.
Poseidon, thank you for the 5. It's called permissive use when you let someone use your vehicle. Some companies can exclude that, but not usually.
Yeah,
No,
over here
I-
you need to be specifically insured for it, and it's very expensive, so no one
I-
does.
Would trust
Yeah.
Poseidon because he is actually someone who works in that industry.
He knows what
Yeah,
he's
but not
talking
in the
about.
not in the
Damn.
UK.
At least in America. Go with that.
Yeah, well, this is what I mean. Loads of people seem to share cars over in America, but over here, it would be like 1 in 100 people maybe insured for someone else's car. And even then, it's probably only their wives. Very few people are insured for any car.
Like within their family, I would assume.
Not even just the family. No, it has to be specifically named, and it increases the premiums. So most people, unless you've got your wife's car that you drive sometimes, you would never do it because it would increase the cost.
Jason, thank you for the 5. I have the spatial awareness of a woman. That's probably why every one of the high school metalwork projects look like a Salvador Dali painting. I don't know what that is.
I
but-
mean, if
The
it's
way you-
modern art,
Michael, thank you for the 2. Wicked is still doing super chats from her stream with Vera. Yeah, right. I'm
wait,
so
did
behind.
that happen with Vera as well?
No.
No,
we,
it's
we
just us.
finished Reanimal last night, so that's what because I was just playing that.
Love it.
Saint Cimarron for $9.99. Thank you. I live 10 minutes from Sanderson's Dragonsteel office. Met him a lot. Super nice guy. Like you, Disparu, I'm worried. I hope he doesn't embrace Hollywood's attitude. I fear he's kissing ring of wokeness.
I think he's very aware of how Hollywood, because even during Wheel of Time, he kept talking, like, so it was clearly on his mind about how, you know, you can't disagree with people, you need to keep people on side, you may have contacts which are useful, I want to say this, but I don't want to offend anybody. And so you don't know whether he's just saying things publicly to save face, but actually will ignore it and write his own stuff, which is what I'd prefer, or whether he's actually going to play the game with Hollywood and play into them, which is the wrong thing. You have to do the sugarcoatery arse licking thing in Hollywood. It's just how they do business. And then I would entirely ignore them, is what I'd prefer.
Yeah. Well, we'll
Who
see.
knows?
Hey, Zeus, thank you for the 10. Wicked, if you have free time after the stream, I suggest you watch Resident Evil 9 as a bloody mess by Carbot Animations on YouTube. Chuckles guaranteed. I did. It's hilarious. I've seen that. It's so funny. I'll send you guys the link. Actually, I'll get a kick out of it since she played it. Jason Webster, thank you for the 2. Extra Girl should be Canadians. Kukuno?
Kokuho.
Kokuho?
I'm so sorry.
Look,
Oh,
We lost him. We lost his brew to the abyss.
I only find out how to pronounce somebody's name in anime after a long time. The only reason I know Kogami from Psycho-Pass is because he disappeared from the series, and I'm like, who was the best character? It's crap without him.
Cecile Tito? I think I said that right.
Cecilia Tito.
Cecilia Tito for $4.99. Hi, X-Ray. Have you played Pokeopia? It's the newest Pokemon game inspired by Animal Crossing. It's super addictive and adorable. Vera was telling me she wants me to play it. She's been playing it and said it's fun. I feel like that's right up X-Ray's alley.
Addicted. I haven't played it, to be honest. Addictions are hard to get onto at this point because at this point my attention is so spread on so many different things for like IRL versus business versus X-ray work, and it's very difficult to give everything its due time. Like TV shows that should take shorter take a lot longer because of it. But I'm really excited for Project Hail Mary. That's the next thing I'm kind of like concentrating on at this moment.
Yes.
And I really want to finish the book.
There are video games I don't play because I know I'd get addicted to them and it would destroy my life.
Yeah, and Pocopia is like
RimWorld and Factorio and all that kind of stuff. I can't play them.
The
Mountain Blade.
The last game was Resident Evil. I'm gonna leave it at that. I still have 5 Hearts Under One Roof to play. I have not finished that yet, and I kind of just because I want to see Leon, his entry into Resident Evil, I want to play 2.
Yeah, anyway. I'm gonna replay it because you played Leon or Claire. I gotta replay that because it's been years since I've done it. I love
at this rate,
much.
You might as well play as Leon because you're
I know.
Like,
well,
what are you
the gameplay's a little bit different, but I might even play it twice. That's my favorite one. I've already played it. I've done 2, 3, 4. I'm about to play 5. I've done Revelations. I've actually played a lot of them. Bebop for 20. Thank you. I will not have a Canadian or a Brit judge my country.
But you did just now. You did.
Bebop. Don't worry. The Americans stand by you.
Like, at least food perspective, I have a better understanding when it comes to nutritional labels because that was the
I agree with that.
Like yeah.
Some of the stuff, but like you get some of it in Canada too, you know, but it's
No,
not
absolutely.
It's not as bad as a lot of the stuff that is added in America.
When it comes to flavor and color profiles, this happens in both the makeup world and the food world.
Yeah.
Recipes are different per country. Colors are released per country because of what is in style. For example, KFC, the most sodium recipe is actually in Canada So the recipe changes per country per what is allowed. So if the FDA in America allows you to have dirtier ingredients, then you're going to use crappier stuff to save money.
Yep.
That is just economical. I'm
And it
not saying it's
sucks, but
best
it's how it
practice,
is.
but it's what happens.
Mhm.
And that's why people gain weight in America. I'm so sorry. on that.
Yes. Black Cane, thank you for the 10. People mix up grass fed and grass finish. You want grass finish because grain finish adds fat rapidly. It adds weight to the cow, but the cost of proper marbling and the fat can have a bitter taste. Interesting.
Our stuff is nearly all grass fed just because it grows for free.
Yeah, boy,
It's
the-
cheaper.
if you
more
watch-
surprisingly.
Yeah.
If you watch Clarkson's Farm, you will see times in it where they're like, we need to feed this thing up quickly, so we will feed it the fake food. But generally, just because it's cheaper to feed them on the grass, they just do that naturally.
Ted,
in
thank you.
different countries.
Yeah. Ted, thank you for the 10. There was a team of women to design Leon for the game, and then there's Grace, along with the abysmal writing and the retconning of all events up until now. The gameplay is the only positive. Well, I have problems, but I disagree. I liked the story, but I'm not saying you're not a Resident Evil fan, Ted. Probably are. I played a lot of the games, and as Athletically Lazy pointed out earlier, that some of the stories aren't like the greatest in like singly, but it's the lore of the entire franchise that brings it all together and makes it good. So I'm a big fan and know the lore of it all. So I liked what they did with 9, and I actually know quite a few people that were very happy with it.
I think there's story choices that we overlook that are weaker.
Yeah.
That
I do
it's not a
understand the
problem.
nitpicks and like the criticism
Like, for
about it a
example-
little bit.
For example, the zombie where you have to put the organs in.
I know there was a couple of things where it's like, my biggest one was when you had to get I know this was how you brought Emily in, but it's like there was only like 2 different options for the braille part.
I'm sorry.
And I was
you
talking with my
could
friends
force
about
the
that. Like
puzzle.
we could
You
do
could force
that.
the
Didn't need to
puzzle.
get her.
I
for
always
that.
do that. In any game, in every single Elder Scrolls game, I have brute forced every single puzzle in that entire thing.
Yeah,
I
but
still don't
in
know how
this
to solve
game,
them.
You have to bring in the girl that reads braille. Figure that puzzle
I would have loved
within
that.
10 tries. I'm
Chainsaw.
sorry.
Yeah, unless it's like 4 times 4 grids or something, and even then I think you need more. I used to know the exact mathematical things of all the options. I'd be like, I just brute force it. If it was under 100, I would rather try the 100 things than go and do whatever it was.
Me too, because
Yeah, I wish they would have
the
let
zombie
you.
fight that you have
were.
to deal with to get Emily to do the
Oh,
puzzle
yeah.
is stupid. It's
Not an
absolutely
escort
stupid.
mission, is it? Escort missions are always the worst. You
Um,
have this really
no.
slow-moving person you've got to protect from all the
No,
stuff.
no, you have to make it to a certain point fighting the zombies in order to move the story forward. That's it.
Phil my Kraken for $4.99. Is there a good trilogy in
Kill
Gen
my
Z time?
Kraken? I've
for
never heard
Gen-
anyone pronounce it so, like, separated.
The
Um,
butt tax.
Yeah.
Yeah, normally it's Phil McCracken. It's
Phil
like,
McCracken. I'll start saying it like that. I
like
just think
normally it's
funny
like
saying
more like a
so.
pirate. You have like Phil McCracken, so more like the pirate ship monster, or Phil my Kraken. It's like, wow.
Is there a good trilogy in the Gen Z time period? Probably not. 'Cause I can't. I would have to really think about that.
I think we need
There
to
could be
give them
good-
some time to prove themselves.
I don't know, but like I think like what is like the oldest Gen Z, like 30?
29 years old.
Yeah.
as
Okay.
of
So
right
that's
now.
that's not that.
No,
young.
97.
The students that I ever taught, and mind you, it's a very small subsect population, very self-deserving. They just assume that they are owed by mere existence. I'm so sorry to the people I taught.
Is High School
I'm
Musical
not.
Gen Z? Probably. I didn't watch
If
them.
she's
That
scared of
wasn't my
saying
thing.
something, I'll say it.
No,
It didn't do well.
but I just remember
I'll
this.
offend the Gen Zers.
I remember this exact moment. I'm like, okay, you guys have an hour left to practice, and this was during COVID times, and mind you, the labs that we had comparative to what they had, we had 6 hours.
I think he's
per
talking
week.
about like in you can correct me, you don't have to super chat at Phil, but do you mean like in the Gen Z time period or made by Gen
I think
Z?
he means since Gen
in the
Z
period.
have been around, has there
Yeah.
been good, like a trilogy of entertainment that's good in that?
No.
So like since
No.
1907, I can't think of one off the top of my head. There might be.
Like a trilogy?
To be fair, they haven't had enough time for a trilogy, a proper trilogy. But even
Oh, they
at
have?
that, the
Like, a movie takes, what, 2.5 years?
no, but they weren't able to make movies of that level. But
That
even
did
if
come
at
out in the
that,
2000s.
but something of even just one.
The issue with things like Lord of the Rings, it was written way before their time.
That's fair to say with
and
that.
That's
Like,
what I'm saying. Like
created.
even a movie that was epic. Do we remember an epic movie in the last 5-10 years?
Well, if you go to the last 5-10 years, no, especially. The issue with the Gen Z comparison is it goes back a lot further into early 2000s was still like good stuff. My issue has been I went off movies way before everyone else. I went off movies in the like early 2000s. About the same time that PC gaming went multi-platform, I think loads of stuff died all at the same time. Which is why I went to TV series, because TV series were good for much longer than movies were. And then when money came in, when streaming happened, and then money came into the TV series died. So my theory was always that movie people were just crap. And so
Matrix was around in the 90s.
As money went into television, movie people went into television, and it just died.
I would argue like, John Wick, because there were some good ones. That was definitely.
I really like John Wick. Yeah, I don't like.
That wasn't made by Gen Z though.
Well, no, but his question, I think what he meant was like during the Gen Z time period, not made by Gen Z. But
yeah, I think he means in their sort of era.
That's why everyone's listing these movies now. So it's anything that came out after like 98.
If you are looking made by Gen Z, you have to think they started at 18, and then you are like down to 10 years, and that's just not enough for a trilogy.
Spider-Man,
trilogy. What was that the question? Sorry,
the third one wasn't great, but 1 and 2 were like the Toby ones. He said, "Was there? I think actually I unstarted, but it was just have there been any good trilogies?
Trilogies
in the Gen Z time, like period.
The last one I think was the John Wick.
Yeah, I know it's more than
John Wick came out in 2015. That is way more recent than I expected.
That can count, even though it's more than 3 movies. That's
not. It's not
I only think 3 of them
memories.
were good, so I would go 1, 2, and 4.
There's a trilogy for you.
But I do think John Wick is incumbent on Keanu Reeves, as we saw with the ballerina. 100%. The ballerina only did somewhat well, I think, because of John Wick. If he didn't appear, I would love to see how that would have done.
I think it probably would have done the same, but his appearance in it was the best part of the movie. I actually think him appearing in it made it feel worse to me, because it was like, oh, this is what I really want. Like,
yeah, no, I actually liked Ballerina, and I think that it would do better if, because again, this kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier. People get tired of if they sense any kind of DEI, whether that was the way they were trying to go or not, they look at it and they think, oh, girl boss. And it's not. I didn't take it that way. I thought that it was fine. But then again, things that were made, like Legally Blonde is an example. If that was made now, people would rip it apart and call it woke trash, but people loved it when it came out. So I think Ballerina got like, I enjoyed it more than some people, I guess.
No, I think I agree with you for different reasons. I think Ballerina should have been made entirely for the male gaze, and that includes the fight scenes. So when she was in the high heels and the red dress and all that kind of stuff right at the start, should have all been that. She
like all the Charlie's Angels route.
She should have been the incredibly feminine, incredibly hot, femme fatale person who still kicked ass and killed everyone in high heels. And instead, she became more like John Wick over time. She dropped the dress, she dropped all the attractive stuff, and she just became an assassin. And I think if you're just going to have the woman be a man, there's no point in it being a woman in the first place. She needed her own specific unique element. So in John Wick 4 you had the blind guy. She needed that. She needed like some kind of unique pull to her character, which I don't think she had. And just being the hot, attractive person would have done it.
Yes. Okay, let's catch up on supers and then we got to talk about Buffy. We got so digressed the stream, but it was fun. I'm okay with it. Gary Thomas,
was
thank you for the
worth it.
2. It was worth it. Hey, all. X, can you introduce Slanted to Wicked and Disparu?
So Slanted is kind of like a body horror, comical movie where an Asian girl undergoes
Oh, I've seen this somewhere, but I don't know
surgery
where.
to become a white girl.
Was it on the real BBC?
Yes.
Okay, that's where I've seen it.
Or it was a nooner. It was a nooner.
Oh, it's
because
out right now?
Yes.
Oh, that's where I've seen it then, because I saw both of them.
Yeah. So I think it's supposed to be a satirical movie, directed by an Asian woman. I don't know if that means anything to you. To kind of fit in, you become a white woman, and I think it could be funny. I've not watched it, so I cannot
meant to be.
comment.
Oh, okay.
It looks like it's meant to be serious, though, and I have heard that in a lot of Asian countries they do value like the white look as sort of the epitome of beauty.
They do.
I know they do in the Philippines. I imagine they do in
Korean beauty standards in general. I know Asian noses are wider, so they will try to create a smaller nose, double eyelids.
I know they can break cheekbones and stuff to try and have a narrower face.
So it's a lot of Korean pop stars try to emulate white people and with a little Asian twist. And that's why they all end up looking the same. So I don't know if it's like white people per se, but
it's odd that it's odd though, isn't it? Because this doesn't seem to be a white people thing that white people have ever done. This is like a different country has just decided to do it on their own. This isn't like you can't blame colonization or anything for this one because this is their own choice.
It absolutely is. Like I agree with that because like coming from someone who grew up first generation Asian, I grew up in a very white neighborhood, and you're like, oh my God, I want the eyelids, I want the blonde hair, that because blonde blue eyes. And this, you see this and you hear about this about travelers that go to Asia. They fawn over those stats a lot. They'll be like, oh my God, I want to take a picture with you. Blah, blah, blah. They don't care about other people, but
recessive genes,
eyes.
so they're very rare. And
so,
rare. Same thing with ginger hair; it's very rare.
Not that I tried to emulate it, I never did, but I always was like, why can't I be like that? So I don't know if they take that satirical aspect of that. As I've grown older, I really don't give an F what I look like in comparison to most people, but I think it could be a really funny depending on how they emote that.
Mm-hmm. Like I could understand from the Philippines because they said like Americans were there, and so you'd see like American soldiers who had money, which means status, and so they began to associate the look of that with just being attractive and desirable as it was. But when it comes to like Korea and Japan, it seems more odd. Like I don't know how that happened. It seems to just be their own like social decisions.
I do think internet has been an impact on that because I do
that makes
think
sense.
It's always been there. I think Asians have always wanted to be super white. The first time I heard about even skin whitening, I was 18 years old and I had someone come to me and was like, I want to get products to help lighten and whiten my skin. And I was just like, wait, what? Because right now in America, what we want to do is tan our skin. That was like the Jersey Shore era.
The skin whitening has actually been a thing throughout nearly the majority of all history. So if you go back to Victorian England, they would put white powder on themselves to whiten themselves.
Because you don't go to the fields.
It was a symbol of status. It's only very recently that tan has ever been like that. And I've never really understood that myself.
Which is kind of the same
Maybe. In my lifetime, I've witnessed multiple different like attractiveness things change, which have always been very weird. Always almost seem like forced from the top down. It's very strange. So when I was a kid, and these like the majority, like, up until about a teen, it was people with really small asses were the most attractive ones. And then I remember it changing.
Kardashians.
Nobody else does. And it was like J-Lo and everything. And that really seemed forced from the top down. That seemed to be a choice that we are going to push this. And that does I do find that interesting that what people are attracted to does seem to be fluid, and they will just go with whatever most people think is desirable, which is odd to me. But
the hard part right now is because social media is more fluid than it ever has been, because we were looking at our peers, our colleagues, what was normal, and now we have TikTok and Instagram kind of dictating what is popular. So it's interesting to see how styles change so much more quickly than it probably did beforehand.
It's not just styles though, because styles are like clothing. I mean like basic human attraction. And most people
include that. I include
most
that.
people, but most people
On
seem to think that
perspective.
But most people seem to think that human attraction is like something you're born with. It's genetic. It's not. It doesn't seem to be. It seems to be fluid.
No.
It seems to be that you will be influenced by what other people tell you is attractive.
No,
because before
and that's
people were not attractive to like massive asses, whereas now they are.
You have to be careful, because there's what women think are hot and what men think are hot.
Well, I just mean in general.
Different things.
So J-Lo, I remember J-Lo when I was a kid being held up as the idea of like a massive arse. And now, if you actually look at her, compared to what people are like now, she's just like tiny. People would call J-Lo flat now. It's ridiculous. And that is one thing when you see like Japanese and Koreans and stuff. People are like, oh my god, they're flat. It's like, no, that would be my the petite style.
That is
what
just
I grew up with.
It's normal.
Yes. But that's like my preference, is the petite style. But everyone else went off, and it's like, no, we want like, what is it, the BBL stuff, where they're just completely out of proportion to all kind of degrees. I've never understood that.
I always think
it feels like I'm taking crazy pills because everyone else changed around me, and no one like remembers.
It's absolutely the same thing we think about Hollywood in contrast. We just think what we see in social media as the average. And that's the unfortunate aspect of that, because we look at big booty, big boobies, and, hourglass shape. And not every woman can attain that. You have to pick one lane. Do you want to concentrate on boobs? Do you want to concentrate on booty? Which one? Choose. You're lucky if you get both.
Grabstar wants to please give a shout out to my friend Ed, who is visiting. Can't wait for MegaCon. Hi, Ed.
Cheers.
Hello, Ed.
Grabstar,
and thank you for the 20.
MegaCon?
Looks like it.
Really? I'm so excited. Oh, wait, you did ask if I wanted cheese. I do want cheese. Just one day.
I do want cheese.
There is a book. I can't remember what book it is. It's like you can fascinate a woman by giving her a piece of cheese.
No,
we think we've just proved it correct.
Cheese has been proven to have elicited the same hormonal response in your brain as which drug? I forgot. Ugh!
One of them.
One of them. The addictive properties.
The Jabroni big time for 2. Modern women are like crabs in a bucket. Thank you, Jabroni.
Yeah, well, crab. Okay, so if you've never been crab fishing or whatever, or crab catching, whatever it is, I used to do it as a kid. You put crabs in a bucket, one crab starts crawling on top of the other crabs to try and get out, and just as he's about to reach up and get out, all the other crabs grab him, drag him back into the bucket. So it is like being held down by your peers.
Yeah.
Oh.
And
apparently cheese is cocaine, by the way.
Okay, that's good. I just hit a new PR on deadlift today at 390 pounds. Nice,
That's a lot of weight.
No, this is the book. It's from Spells, Charms, and Incantations. You may fascinate a woman by giving her a piece of cheese.
Yes,
like
you can.
Mice.
Yes, you can. I promise you can.
Take a shoe that the woman you love has worn, fill it with roux, and hang it over your bed. I don't know what the rest of these
shoe
are.
is pronounced my name, yes, please. I'm ready. I'm ready.
I love someone that steals my shoes.
Steal me and fill it with, I don't know what roux is, but rum.
I don't know what roux is either. I would know. Well,
Mongoose.
You're giving away too many secrets. Steal me, fill me with rum. It's like that's all I need.
Nothing else, okay? Please, nothing else.
Mr. Rich, thank you for the 5. I would have liked to go to MegaCon and do some camping while heading south from Michigan, but my car is recently having mechanical problems. Have fun. That stinks, Mr. Rich. Car problems are never Never good.
Do
Maybe
some
you can go
camping?
next year.
Is there really
the
many
way?
camping places in Orlando?
Well, on the way, he said probably. Depending on
Oh.
where
Oh,
he's
I'm
coming
sure
from,
there
yeah.
is.
And there is camping.
This is
and-
the thing is, I think camping. Americans and Canadians are so accustomed to it, and I don't think camping is as popular in Europe, in Asia, unless you do hiking.
Yeah, camping
Personally.
over here is like a choice because you could just everything's so close. You can just go from city to city to city. There's no need to do it. So you would have to deliberately. Like I camped as a kid for school, but that's basically the only thing.
Yeah. When I did the Alps trek, it was at refugios, which are kind of like hostels / like cabins.
I've also camped in the Alps, but that was intense. That was a character.
Was that a joke? Intense?
No,
Oh, intense.
Oh.
Okay. Sorry. I thought there
no.
was-
It's not the class. It's not the classic joke. I'm an actual camping in a
Sorry.
tent.
I'm so sorry. My bad.
Mongoose. Thank you for the Saucy Sucks tax. Thank you, Mongoose. Iris, thank you for the $9.99. Seems super sus as they announced the Buffy cancellation the day before, or whatever the Firefly announcement is. I know, maybe a coincidence, but yeah, we'll get to that in just a moment. Let
Oh
me finish
my
these
gosh,
supers, and then
yes.
we're gonna talk about Buffy.
2.5 hours. We might get to our first topic.
Yeah, right.
This is a weird. You know what? Because I decided to get drunk. That's probably why. I'm so sorry.
No, but that means that I'm always there, just willing to go off the rails.
Yeah,
all
no,
I needed
but
was a
I'm
partner
there.
in crime.
Going
That's
off
all
the
I
rails.
needed.
You just need one more.
I just needed someone to bounce off. That was it.
Monkey, thank you for the 5. What's the worst part about having sex in a cemetery? All the
my
digging. You do word this good time, Wicked. You do word this good. Okay, you just
He
gave me
knows
like
you.
a.
He knows you.
Thanks, Monkey. And Ian's here. Thanks for the 50 pounds. Total gays.
No.
Thank
We
you,
are
Ian.
not gay.
No.
You're gay, Ian.
Oh, you good one. Nuh-uh,
Got
you.
him.
Got him. Mr. Rich, thanks for the 5. If you give cheese to a woman who is lactose intolerant and she eats it, buckle up. It's gonna be a wild ride. And Shane for 2 says
Cleans
"Please
the
come
pipes."
when you got shoulders. That is true. All right.
What does
You know what it means.
that mean? No, please explain.
When you're lactose intolerant,
don't want it
it's gonna-
explained.
It's gonna go in one end and come out the other very fast.
Like speed.
Yes. All right. So today
Courtesy flushes.
it was announced,
You're
which
gonna
is
need him.
which is funny because Hulu seemed all in on this. And what I'm going to say real quick before we play Sarah
is it
Michelle
better
Gellar's
to do
message. What?
The one I posted afterwards, where I'm like, they posted this yesterday. Is it better to do
This
that
one?
first?
Okay,
Yeah,
so this was yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, let's just play it.
Can you give us any kind of
You can hear it, right?
Yeah.
tease as to where she is in life?
I mean, not if I want to live to see tomorrow.
The thing is this should be like it's Buffy, dude. We should have answers. I want to know too.
Yeah.
Do it for Elijah. That's why I do most of my things. I do it for Elijah. I don't want to give anything away because I think in this day and age, between spoilers and between everyone forming an opinion before they see anything,
It's important.
I think that the most we can do is make a vision, make it so that it's the vision that we want to put out there,
Mhm.
and then let an audience.
Bleh,
as
bleh.
a-
I hate
No,
that
I
wording.
actually think
Perfect right
I
now.
actually think that was a good point that she made. So, what she means by that is essentially if we put out a trailer or we make commentary, people will talk about it. It's like, yeah, you
That's
do
true.
need a finished vision to pitch to people
Before you put something out. Yeah.
because people are like, well, you can't judge it. Yes, you can. When the moment they put something out, you can judge it, and people will judge it. So it is good to come up with a trailer that shows what you're most supposed to do.
Your
Yes.
highlights as it should be.
Oh,
And
anything with historic residence you want.
Okay, I think that was it, right? That was just she
Yeah,
said something-
basically, he goes that you're right to be serious about it because this is Buffy, and Buffy's a big
as
deal.
you
It's kind
should,
of-
because
Yes.
Buffy has been beloved, and we were even cautious, and I say we being the royal we, not me, ever since the announcement.
I wouldn't say I was cautious. I knew it was going to be bad because there's 2 reasons. It was already a feminist, but it might sound weird to say now, but because when it came out, it was done properly. She wasn't a Mary Sue. She like I won't go dive too much into it. Like if you've seen Buffy, and you guys know it's my favorite show. So I didn't want them to touch this. I wasn't even cautiously optimistic. I'm immediately like, this is going to be crap because none of the original writers are on it. They don't have Joss. They don't have David Greenwalt and the original cast, which the chemistry was great between them. And they had said something about like they're gonna have like a gay guy part of the Scoobies, like the new girls, like Slayers people. I know, and it's like the fact that was let out. I was like, of course. And yes, I know everyone when I talked about that, people were like, well, Willow was gay. It's like, yeah, but that wasn't her whole personality. And
lesbians
it
get
wasn't
an
until later.
exception if they're hot.
That too. So I was yeah, and I didn't want this. So this to me was good news because I'm like, but think about this. Hulu puts out things like Handmaid's Tale. I never watched that. It's not my thing.
I heard a lot of people liked it.
They like feminist stuff.
Yeah.
And what
Milking
Disbrew
farm
said,
people.
and what Disbrew said is that this was probably like a feminist wet dream, and that's what is hilarious about that.
I did wonder
Hulu
if they
passed
saw
on
the
it.
bride and were like, "Oh, that's us." Like we have the same kind of
Maybe,
messaging. We need to
yes.
kill it.
I mean,
because
she's married to a guy who is absolutely on the
I
feminist
love
train.
her, but I don't like Freddie Prinze. I like Sarah
No.
Michelle Gellar. She's had a lot of like really good things said about her as far as like cast members and extras and stuff that were on Buffy in her show. She took care of people and she has an excellent reputation. And it's another reason why she hasn't worked as much because then she gets that hard to work with label put on her for directors and stuff because she was nice and stood up for the smaller guys. So I like Sarah Michelle Gellar. I love Buffy, but I didn't want this to happen. So
Yeah,
the thing that is funny to me is that Hulu saw this pilot and was like, yeah, we can't. And they love feminists and like stuff like that. So it had to have been really bad.
I think it was really bad. But the reason why to play the other one first is because she had no idea. You can tell by the way she's talking.
Yeah.
She doesn't know it's perfectionist. I want to do this vision first. I want to get everyone right. I want the audience to judge it. And that was yesterday. That was an event which is still going on. South by Southwest is still happening now. So she found this out probably an hour or something before she made this video. And it came out of nowhere. She had no signs. It just dropped on her.
Yeah.
It's a very weird way to have announced all of this stuff.
It is. And then, yes, this came out today.
So I am really sad to have to share this, but I wanted you all to hear it from me. Unfortunately, Hulu has decided not to move forward with Buffy New Sunnydale. I want to thank Chloe Zhao because
horrible name.
I would find myself back in Buffy's stylish yet affordable boots. And thanks to Chloe, I was reminded how much I love her and how much she means not only to me, but to all of you. And this doesn't change any of that. And I promise, if the apocalypse actually comes, you could still beat me.
So I think that her message was nice because she was trying to still be like polite about it, but I definitely think that Disbrew's right. It just got dropped on her. I didn't want this. I did not want this. There was talks about like possibly doing like an animated series years ago. But the thing is
They did a comic, didn't they, at one point as well?
They did a comic, and the comic got stupid. They turned Buffy like bisexual, and I stopped reading it.
Oh, of course
Dawn,
they did.
Dawn ends up dating Xander. Disbrew. Dawn ends up dating Xander in the comics. Yes.
How does that happen?
No! I don't know because I didn't
she
read
likes
it.
fish. Oh no, that's the daughter.
No, Dawn, her sister. Her little sister, who Xander like watched grow up. It was freaking weird. But yeah, I didn't want it. Like if they would have done an animated series, like, I don't know, like 10, 15 years ago, like right after it ended, sure. As long as Joss was
I always liked
involved.
the demon that Xander was with. One of my favorite lines of the entire series
Anya,
is where
great.
she's like,
Anya's great too. Yeah, I agree.
No, but my favorite line is where she's like, no, we're going to his house and he's going to show me Shiver Me Timbers. I was like, do you want to join us? It's like, no, I'm not into timber.
Oh my.
Yeah. But I'm glad I didn't want this. I never wanted it. There was never even like any part of me that was excited for this. So it doesn't mean that it's not going to go forward again. Cause I remember a few years ago, they talked about a Buffy reboot and then it was like, it's not happening. And I was like, yes. So I'm not going to get my hopes up that this still might not get, like it could get made somewhere else. Like Netflix could pick it up. Some other network could pick this up. I don't want it, but I don't know.
I doubt they'll pick it up. I think it was so awful that essentially it got cancelled. But there was this suggestion, and this is my favorite version. essentially you go back and you do a series,
Ooh,
maybe with Faith.
Faith?
Now, people have gone, well, you can't hire her because she's not acting anymore. I'm like, no, you don't understand. You go in, you hire a 22-year-old hot actress, and you just do it from male gazy, because she came in, and one of her introductory lines into the series was, yeah, so there I was fighting this crocodile naked.
Yeah.
If you do that, you will
and
have a hit
Xander's
on your
like,
hands.
wait,
with
I want to
Faith.
hear more about
That's
that.
Yeah, exactly.
No, Xander's like, were you naked?
Yeah.
Or the crocodile?
It's finally time to see a fucked up crocodile naked.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah,
the
Wanna know
series we need.
What sucks? We were supposed to get a Faith series after Buffy ended, and I would have loved that to like
That
see
would
her
have been
going.
great.
That would have been great, but she worked on I think it was Dollhouse, and then
Yeah, I like Dollhouse, but
that was good. That was
Faith
2
series would have been
seasons.
better.
Yeah, I would have loved to do that, but there's big reasons. I think she was assaulted like bad on the set of True Lies, so she just was like someone that was Hollywood just totally messed up from the get go, from her entry.
I didn't
So
even know
it
she was in True Lies.
She's his daughter. She plays their daughter. Yeah.
Which daughter?
I had no idea.
Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jamie Lee Curtis, their daughter. She's the one that gets kidnapped.
Mm.
I've
True Lies.
focused so much on the parents, I never even.
Yeah, it's her.
knew
Look it
anything
up.
about the-
And yeah, it was actually True Calling. She did Dollhouse, but I think True Calling was the final like reason that she didn't. End
Oh,
up
she looks
doing
so
Faith.
not like the adult version
Well,
of
yeah,
her. Yeah,
she's
I
a
don't think I ever
child
would have
there.
realized.
But that's what
Yeah.
started. Like since she was a kid, like she had assaults happening to her and stuff. So I totally understand. I think she works as like a
Hollywood, yeah.
social worker now or something, like helping people that have
Just
been
a normie
abused.
job. I like that.
Yeah. So,
I
but
mean,
a
she
Faith
has
show
the
would have been so
time.
good. Yeah.
Guys,
Well, no,
why
because
not?
the entire point of Faith is she's supposed to be like a hot sexual kind of person, which means you just need to go back to when she's young and cast her when she's young. So it would be recasting her anyway.
Yeah.
Like
But, yeah,
a 45-year-old Faith or whatever it is defeats the object of Faith.
Yeah.
Who could
Yeah.
play her? I don't even know.
I
Has to
could
be
probably
nobody.
find someone. Just
Well, you
dye
find an
Sydney
unknown and
Sweeney's
just go
hair.
from there.
Just dye Sydney Sweeney's hair.
Yeah,
There you go. She
but
puts all of it.
It's pretty
think.
sus that they would overlook a Buffy, which is it's a good series to do a remake, reboot. I don't know what they had anticipated, but if it got canceled before it even had the pilot.
Well, yeah, they were
But-
doing a pilot, so they've either seen the script or they've I don't know whether they started filming, but they they enough to know they didn't want any
The
more.
actress is
That's what I'm
pretty
saying. Like it must have
cute,
been bad.
though.
Oh yeah,
Do
the
you
Ryan, I think
remember?
is her
She
name.
was adorable.
Yeah.
So-
She seemed nice. She seemed to be into the franchise and everything. Yeah, I had no problem with the casting.
It's nothing on her. It just sucks that
Yeah.
maybe she could be a Faith. I don't know. Depending on the script, she dye her hair brown. I guess I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
But I didn't have faith in it, to be honest.
Not at all.
From the
I
They didn't have
didn't-
faith in it either because Faith is retired now. She's
Yeah,
a social
Yeah.
worker.
Absolutely. So, to be honest, a lot of TV shows like I did not have any faith in One Piece season 2. It was a pleasant surprise for me.
I can't wait to finish it. I'm gonna binge it tomorrow.
So make your own opinion what you will. I liked it. I enjoyed it.
I think so far I am, and I loved season 1. That was so exciting for me. Because I didn't expect to, because of like just Drew pointed out again, like it's not everyone's cup of tea either way, but I thought they did a pretty good job bringing that quirkiness to life the best way they could.
Yes.
Because that was my biggest thing when I first my biggest problem with it when I first heard the announcement. I was like, this. Like a lot of anime is quirky and has these very exaggerated characters. So sometimes even just like a regular anime story, like a slice of life, is hard to bring to live action because of like the reactions that they
just
give and stuff. So
different
something
to
like
live
One
action.
Piece, yeah. So something like One Piece
Well,
was like,
I think you have to tone it down a bit, but
You do have
now
to.
this didn't. But the fans seem to like that, so it's
Yeah.
a case of it's just not for me.
You
What
just
I
have to
did
look
like
at it
about
at
that
a lens, a different lens.
Is that X-Ray went, yeah, you know, we had the Faith Buffy series, but that's why I like this one, and went straight back into a topic from 2 hours ago, and Wicked just picks it up like it was perfectly normal.
Well,
that's how we work.
As it may be a recency bias in that aspect, is like I just enjoyed One Piece so much. Buffy, I haven't watched in plus 10, 15 years. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's been a long time since
So
watched
I
it.
don't have recency bias on that aspect, but I
Probably
have
like 20
enjoyed
years
One
since I
Piece.
watched Angel.
So
Yeah, the
one day,
final
I think it'd be
episodes-
fun. Maybe we should do a little teeny segment of let's watch 1 or 2 episodes of Buffy. Maybe 1 or 2
I'm always down to
episodes of
watch Buffy.
Angel, and then just have like a
Because Angel's the one I
for it.
remember the most because it
Yeah,
had
'cause that
more
was-
of the. I always like the darker parts of the series.
Oh,
and
Angel was
the
great.
the Wolfram and Hart stuff is what I really liked.
Yeah.
Especially when they meet him and he like sends them all away, and it's like, why? It's like, well, because if I'm gonna beat something that dark, I need to go dark as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that
Ooh.
was good. Yeah, Angel was fantastic. Like, as a teenager, Buffy's still my favorite, right? Because we wouldn't have Angel without Buffy. But as an adult, like, I can 100% see why there's a lot of people that like Angel more because it's just the writing was different. Cordelia was great in Angel. She's one of my favorite.
Cordelia was great, yeah.
She was
and
fantastic
Wesley
in
actually
it.
comes into his own as well.
Oh,
in,
Wesley was
that
great.
series. And you have like there's a time when they go down to hell, and then they like gets out and he's ready for a fight, and then it's just the city. He's like, no, you've always been living in this.
Yeah.
This is just inside all the people.
He's like,
And
you're in hell. Yeah.
Because it is a case of it built it up, and you were building up your own version of hell in your own mind, and it's like, oh no, it's just this. This is all it is.
Oh yeah, that was an epic scene. That's when, like, because it just shows you that Angel was a good guy.
I've
but
used that clip in
he made-
videos.
he had to make the hard choice there, and I don't
it's
think
like-
it was the.
Well, it's
the
like,
wrong
help
one.
us, help us. It's like, I just
Maybe
can't
not.
seem to care.
You guys
And
are
then he
really
just closes
evil.
the door.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's true. And
And it has my favorite line as well is Spike when he's like, "We're having a meeting." Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't care. It
Yeah,
was just
I
it's
love
such a
Spike.
great delivery.
Spike is. I say that Spike to me, he's my favorite vampire in like TV history, and I said that to
I can
James
see that.
Garsters because the character was just written so well. He was supposed to just be a season 2 villain, and he was loved so much they wrote him into the series. And Joss Whedon got so mad for some reason that he like pushed him against the wall and was like, "I can end you whenever," and like was screaming at him. And he's just like,
I made you.
I basically.
But
Exactly.
there's a bit in Angel where he gets sucked to the nether realm and he thinks he's going to die, and then he realizes he can control it, and he just brings back his leather jacket. And it's like of all the stupid moments, but it's so cool in the way
It
they
is
set
because
it up.
that's his signature look. And yeah, I agree 100% that Spike really made season 5. I was so happy that they brought Spike onto Angel after Buffy ended.
Mhm.
He was so good. Him and Angel, their hate relationship was wonderful. But yeah, let's see. And Willow is married to Wesley. Allison Hannigan is married to Alexis Denzoff in real life.
I had no idea.
Yeah, and then they've been together for a long time since the shows were on, I think, or right when they ended. Magnum Norse, thanks for the 5 courtesy flushes for X. Wait, go.
X-ray will only flush for money. That's what
Yeah.
we learned here.
Thank you, Magnum Norse. And thank you for another 5. No remakes of 90 Show, please. It will be weak and gay. I agree with that. I didn't want it. People were asking, they're like, are you happy or sad that this is canceled? I'm like, I'm happy. If I could do backflips, I would have done a backflip. I didn't want this
but
made.
there is one. There is the Baywatch remake.
You think it's
And
gonna
that
be
has
good?
a lot of hot women being cast in
Well,
it.
that's all that you need for that. As long as they run slow-mo
No,
down
but
the
that's
beach.
the one thing I thought they wouldn't cast. I was fully expecting like whales to be cast in there, and they do the slow motion run, and you're like, oh my god, the earthquake's happening. That's what I expected from that show. But all the women are hot in it. So far, so good.
Yes. And Anthony, thank you for the 10. Drunk X-ray girl is fun. She is. Can confirm. Okay, since we were talking about Firefly, let's watch this little teaser. Whatever you want to call it here.
Yeah, this is tomorrow, the announcement.
Yeah, so let's just watch it.
Hey, buddy. So I'm not gonna do this without you.
Oh,
So are you in?
okay.
Okay.
I slap. I'm just excited when I get that's I slap. I'm gonna go now.
Yeah, I'm busy too.
So yeah, I agree with no Firefly without Joss. He's probably So the thing that may happen with this is he may be involved, but they're not going to push that he was involved because I don't know what the rights
I
are.
doubt he'll be involved.
But
I don't think Hollywood has reached a point where they can actually hire back people that. Oh, it's a very feminine industry.
Yeah.
They really care about the optics of something. So I don't think they're at that point.
Well, he's
And the
probably
thing
still
is
going to
with
make
me,
money
though-
off of it, though. If he owns the rights to it, he's at least going to be making money off this. But you're right, he probably won't have any input. And something big that I'm wondering with this, I don't know if it's going to be. I think you mentioned in the group chat that maybe it's going to be animated.
A lot. Well, that's what a lot of people are replying to me as, and I'm like, if it's not live action, I'm good. Because my point is, if it's not live action, you've
What's
built
the
this up
point?
so much that people will be disappointed.
Yeah.
And you do not want. The worst thing you can happen is for you to overhype your fans so that when you announce something, they get disappointed. That's a massive marketing fail. So if it is anything other than a live action, I think they've messed up.
I don't have hope for this. I think ending it with Serenity was fine, and that's another thing. The way Serenity ended, how would Alan's character return? So I don't know what they're doing. If that's just not going to be canon.
They couldn't return him, but as
Well,
every
they-
other character has, they bring everyone back.
Yeah, they'll find a way. I guess.
I would literally just. I think it's been so long. He's a good actor. He was a great character. People like him. I think they would forgive basically any reason, no matter how stupid
To
it
bring
is.
him back.
I think actually, if they made a joke about it, people would forgive it even more, and they would just like, no, I want him in the series if this is coming back. So I think. I think
If it
that's actually
wasn't him,
the least of the issues.
They wouldn't want it.
Yeah, I agree
think
with
I
this.
can't
I want
wait
it
for
wants
more
him
any
back
other
in.
character to be okay
decades
without
ago, not now. Yeah.
But they
I
could literally,
would.
they could even do something. I've got an identical brother. No one would care. Like you,
Oh, Alan's a
everyone
great
would
actor.
understand.
I know a lot of people like him, but I think he's a little bit underrated because he's.
I think he's
so-
amazing.
He's
Well,
amazing,
you
but he's
remember
underrated. Like he's
Dollhouse?
not.
Leaf
Yeah,
and
'cause he-
wind.
'cause he's
Dollhouse
not-
season 2, where he's playing all those different characters with all
Yeah.
the split personalities and stuff. He's great in that.
I say underrated, like he isn't casted enough. You know,
Yes, yeah.
that's what I mean. I think he's fantastic. Even his voice acting, he's so good. I don't want this though. They're not going to make it right. Serenity was my ending.
No, and I don't trust Hollywood. It would have to be under Joss in order for me to be like 100% in.
And people were talking. I guess Nathan Fillion at one point had said like, "Oh, I won't do Firefly without Joss." But you know what? Sarah Michelle Gellar said
That
the same thing about Buffy
paycheck.
years ago, and she was about to
paycheck
be
is gonna
involved in
change.
this. That was about
Well,
to,
also-
and yeah, the pay money talks. So
If he has the rights to the IP, it's a safe bet saying that because you're like, I know he needs to sign off on it. So
but also
it's a bit like
he's-
going, I absolutely wouldn't do Harry Potter without J.K. Rowling. It's like, well, you know she needs to sign off on it anyway. So
But
He's gonna
she
make
did.
money. That's the thing,
Yeah.
though. Like these people, they can't stand. You know, Joss really did do some mess up stuff. Like saw some people talking about Cordelia's character in season 4 of Angel. The reason that happened was because Joss he got mad at her for getting pregnant, and you can see that now. You've seen the conversation happen afterwards. Then when you watch the series again, you're like, wow, yeah, they messed up her character so bad. And that's so stupid to let personal stuff get in with your creation. So that was really bad on his part because she was a fantastic character and her ending was nowhere near as good as it should have been. But he's still going to make money, just like the people that hate J.K. Rowling and they're like so happy and going to support this new weird seeming Harry Potter. I don't know. It might be good, but like the casting, I know I'm not into it, but the casting looks a little odd to me for like Snape, whatever. But people that are excited about that hate J.K. Rowling, it's like, yeah, she might not be involved creatively, but she's still getting paid. Joss is still going to get paid if Firefly happens. He might not be creative. So you might as well just let him be involved creatively at that point because
Yeah.
he's still getting paid. But people don't think of it that way. They don't think about him getting, he's not involved creatively. Yes. Well, he's still getting that check though.
But
So-
if it is an animation, you are just like, well, why didn't you do live action? Because yeah, you just do an older version of the characters and you carry on, and
Mhm.
it's not a difficult show. It's not Star Trek. It's not deeply philosophical or looking at anything. It is just a western
hunting.
essentially, and so you could even just take a western show and just like morph the plot of a western series into the future. It would still come up with great stuff. Like one of the things I remember is like there's a guy holding someone hostage in the ship, and the captain just walks in and shoots him. Like it's moments like that that make the series. So I think they could easily make people would love that if you actually came out with it now. But to do it in animation, maybe it's me, but I'm not into Western animation. I watch anime despite the animation because it has such great stories, but I would much prefer that anime was in live action as well if Japan could do it.
Yeah.
Fair
And
enough.
before
The stories are better for sure.
Yeah, well, the reason why I didn't used to watch anime is because Western entertainment live action was good enough that I didn't need to. So Western entertainment dying pushed me over the hump to watch anime and get over the art style.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I can see that because there's certain art styles that I'm not like a big fan of. And it would keep me from like maybe reading something. And it sounds silly, but I'll push through it because like a comic. If I don't like the comic art style, it kind of distracts you from the story.
Well, it's just harder for me to like care about a character that's animated, you know? I prefer live action stuff in general. And then you had that, and then you had the language barrier. I think this is one of the things that Hollywood's one of their main mistakes is once you've got past that, it's like there's like a barrier, but once you've got past the barrier, you don't care. So now I'll watch anime that I don't like the animation style of, like Yu Yu Hakusho. I don't like that animation style, but I watched it. And Hollywood got so bad that people got over the hump of the language barrier and everything else, and so they made their own competition that never would have existed if they'd just kept up a standard.
Yeah, exactly. All right, we got a couple of supers here. Thank you, guys. Michael, thanks for the 5. Fun fact, Nathan's nephew went to school with me for 6 years in Edmonton. Everyone of the family is silly and, fun to hang out with. That's awesome, Michael.
That's kind of cool.
He seems like that. Like some of these celebrities just seem like, because a lot
of them are normal, but then when you see them in the lens.
Yeah.
I mean, I can understand why if you're making like $10 million in a movie, you become a bit egotistical. I can understand that. You hit a certain success level where everyone around you panders to your every whim all the time. That's going to have an effect on a person.
Yeah,
so the celebrity, the actors which never exactly hit the massive Hollywood big time are probably going to be more grounded and normal overall.
Yeah. Vegas Matt, thank you for the 5. James Marster or Spike will be at MegaCon this year. That's awesome. I met him 2 years ago in Miami, and he was great. We fangirled over the writing for Buffy and about how like all those writers were up and coming and they wanted to make a name for themselves, so they actually cared about what they were writing, which is very not really a thing these days. Of course, there's a couple good writers out there still, but not young and hungry like we used to have.
I mean, obviously, the big draw at MegaCon will be Jodie Whittaker, the first female Doctor. She will be...
Obviously, the line's going to be wrapped
She'll have
around
a
the
big
watch
queue.
for her.
I want to take a picture with her.
I'm not paying to meet Jodie Whittaker. She might slap me, I don't know.
I saw the video.
We have the same haircut, Disbro.
Oh my goodness. Well, it's getting to that time. X-Ray, what do you have coming up?
So tomorrow I do have a Forbidden Frontier, but we're doing it an hour and a half earlier. I do have an announcement. I am moving out. So as much as I don't want to seem like a cheapskate, but I do have things on my throne wish list that if you do want to purchase for me, you don't have to do it right now because on streams, usually I do shots for between $50 to $100. I am willing to debase myself to do shots for items like towels. Because I don't have towels.
Everything counts. Yeah.
I don't have bath towels, as strange as it seems. But when you move out, you buy one thing at a time. But I'm willing to do shots for my gaming streams. So Monday to Wednesday before MegaCon, I'm going to be playing games like Five Hearts Under One Roof Dying Light. So watch out for that on X-Ray Girl, as I'm going to need basic essentials like paper towel holders and stuff like that. So yes, thank you for throwing up the wish list URL.
Paper towel holders?
It's not a necessity. It's
you could just have the paper towels.
I know.
Buying the paper towels is more important than the holders.
I literally talked about this with my brother today. I'm like, It's not a need, it's a want. And if someone
Didn't even know you could
desires to
have a
buy me
paper
paper
towel
towel
holder at home.
holders, it would be nice. And I'm looking at my like throne wish list, which I don't think is insane. The only thing on there is the pots and pans, the TV, and the mop, because it's a spin wave mop, because then it gets scrubbed a little deeper, because I really do like cleaning a lot. But like there's things like toilet brushes, plungers, paper towel holders, curtains for your shower, little things like that.
Yeah, it all adds up. I understand.
does.
I'm
I don't even
still
have
collecting stuff
cutlery.
from my Buffalo move. Like I need stuff. I have random stuff on my throne list too.
Mongoose bought me
understand it.
cutlery because I didn't have cutlery. That is the 75-inch. Okay, that is a want. Is a crowdfund. You do not have to do that. But
Very few people can handle a 75-inch.
hey,
Dun,
but
dun.
I literally have things like bath towels, hand towels, face towels, kitchen towels, cutting boards. I don't have cutting boards, so
Lady G has never been more disgusted when she found out I did not separate towels in the washing machine. Like, you've got to separate out your towels, Disparu.
See,
Like,
I don't
no,
have that
the
much stuff
towels
that-
go into the washing machine with everything else.
I don't have that much stuff that I'd separate my towels. So I understand.
Exactly, but
mean
apparently you're
towels?
supposed to. Apparently you're supposed to go on a special program. I don't know.
No, but I
It was
don't.
like, I'm too much of a bloke to carry around towels.
I don't
It's like,
have
but
a
they're extra
toilet bowl
fluffy.
cleaner. It's like as simple as that. Like these little things. But anyways, if you buy it while on stream, you do get a shot out of me. I'm drunk right now, so you'll get to see this.
I will drink for towels. That might be a sentence that has never been said before in all of human history.
I would rather drink for towels than to strip. Okay.
Yeah, that's better. And
Although,
Shane,
if you
thanks for the
said I will
two.
drink to strip behind a towel, that would probably get more.
I will buy construction paper that's black and wear black. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm not doing
Be a
that. I'm
sim.
kidding. I'm kidding.
You do the. Did you ever hear about the Twitch black bar meta?
Yes, I've
Yeah,
seen that.
where they would have a black bar on OBS, and they would be wearing clothes, but they would make it look as if they were nude and censored.
Oh my gosh. Yes. No, I know exactly that. And that was a meta for a while, but it didn't last very long.
They banned it, but then a woman inversed it, and she had Trump on one of his meetings playing on
my
her
God.
tits. She was like, the only part of her picture would be the inverse censorship thing that was playing.
Oh my God.
Such beautiful hair, even this pixie. Thank you, Shane.
This is just what happens if you run the clip as ever and don't care.
What do you have going on, Disparu?
I had a Rachel Zegler video out today. There's gonna be a Starship. I almost said Starship Troopers. Starfleet Academy video, and then I don't know afterwards. We will see. With MegaCon, everything's up in the air.
Yeah,
I thought I was leaving on like Wednesday or Thursday. No, I don't have time to make videos.
Gotcha. Well, what happened?
Thank you, Jim, for buying. Like, okay, literally, I love
It's a
my
plunger.
life straw. I bought this life straw for the household, but I'm leaving it at the household. But Jim Watari bought
The
the
life
life
straw?
straw. It's a life straw water filter, which I love. This life straw water filter. I don't like drinking water out of the tap. Sorry, I'm one of those. Thank
Does it
you,
have a
Jim.
Brita water filter? Is this
I
like
wouldn't
one of the inline tap ones?
No. Okay, let me pull up on another Amazon. I'll show you what it is, but Jim, thank you so much for buying this. But I don't like drinking tap water. It's disgusting. But thank you, Jim, for buying this one. I can't find it now.
I've seen one that's made. I googled one. It's like showing you it camping or whatever.
Here, this is
home.
the one I got. It's just I love water.
Oh, so it's
I
like a Brita
honestly love
filter.
Oh yeah,
water.
we just have Brita ones of those. Yeah.
Thank you. Jim, I appreciate you. I'm gonna have to drink a shot for you now.
Well, she does the shot. I will read the supers. Ian, thank you for the 50. Naked Disparu with black bar, but towels and USB cables.
It's incredibly complimentary. It's like, a USB cable will definitely cover him up.
And Chris, thank you for the
That's all they
10 for
need.
the towel budget. Thank you, Chris.
Cheers. Thank you.
And okay, so you have no videos coming out this week then, Disparu? Or do you have something coming
Well,
out
there will
before you
be.
leave?
I just don't know what
Okay.
they are.
Okay. Well, he'll have something before he leaves, and then stay tuned for, we will let you know about Saucy next week. It'll just be at a different time, and we got to figure that out.
It'll
So just pay attention. We'll let you guys know a bit
Likely
ahead of
be
time.
earlier.
Yeah, it'll be earlier. So just stay tuned for that, and make sure the next time X-Ray is live, get her good and drunk and spoil her on her throne.
Thank you.
And yeah, we're out. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of your weekend. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.